Nah, I'm all right. Okay. Stop. Mic check, mic check, mic check. I think we are live. I think we are live. Let me see.
Chat, chat, chat. What up? What up?
We 9 minutes late. Blame J Main. That's all I gotta say. I was here
Blame Phil
ready to go.
Spencer. You know what I mean, I had to make sure I still had my job and shit like that. I thought Kofi might have laid me off, man. I had to check my emails before I got here.
What's going on, people? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I want to shout out a couple of people from the chat real quick. Blaze Pyro, Black Dragon, Samurai Black, Jaren Stamps, Inventory, the usuals. King Kempachi, Rich Homie Sean, Blade X, PS Rewind, Michael, Joseph, what's good? What's good? Silos, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to everyone popping in, kicking it with us. Welcome to another episode of Good Gaming, episode 59. J man, we getting up there, man. We really gotta do a live podcast. I wanted to
For
do
100.
it for 50, but because of time, and I think 100 would be perfect for the live podcast. We got to do that.
Yeah, that'll definitely be that would be this year, right?
That would
if we don't miss no
right?
weeks.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
miss
yeah.
no weeks because what
we
52
gotta,
weeks of the year, so
yeah,
we definitely should hit 100 by the end of this year or
yeah.
close to
So
it. So that'll work. That'll work.
that'll be dope. Do a live podcast and do that shit live, yo. That'll be dope. I'll pull up to
Yeah,
one of them
yeah.
again,
I got some spaces that we could do it in. I know one of my guys I used to do music with. He just opened up like a podcast space. Well, it's
Oh,
like a
really?
studio, but yeah, he has like a dedicated podcast space where you can either like rent out the room, get the couch or whatever, and it got
Yeah,
the
that's
nice
dope. That's
ambiance
dope.
with the lights and the microphones and shit
Actually,
like that. That's
I
dope.
actually met somebody while I was networking with some Xbox shit a couple of months ago, and over here he showed me pictures of his studio. I think he built a little studio
Mhm.
for actually specifically like podcasting and making videos with like the big ass TV, some kind of funny type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
in the
Oh, okay, okay.
neighborhoods.
Like sitting at like a desk type shit too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm like,
fire.
damn, you even offered me. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, if you want to actually come here and record. But the thing is, like, yo, I don't have no one to do content there with. I don't want to pull up by myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to really pull up by myself to use the studio like that. So,
Nah,
but
sit
yeah,
at the
that's dope.
desk. You got to get your BG on. Sit at the desk with your work outfit on and all of that type
Oh,
shit.
man. Oh, man.
Breaking the news and shit like that. Nah,
But I hope
doing something
everybody's
like that,
blessed,
you
man.
definitely got to make it like a special type of
Yeah,
video
exactly.
or
Exactly.
you know what I mean, podcast.
Exactly. So I hope everybody's blessed. We actually have a whole bunch of good topics to discuss today. So strap in. We're gonna have some good conversation, good debates, like always. Shout out to the first time listeners. If you're a first time listener to the podcast, appreciate it. Shout out to you. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. And my name is Kofi. If you don't know already, this is best co-host around, J Main. Say
What
what
up?
up.
What up? Yes, sir. Shout out to the people, man. This is great, man. I mean, well, it ain't great people losing their jobs, but we got some
Yeah,
shit to
yo,
talk about. So.
honestly, I don't know what's going on in the gaming industry, but I seen this crazy stat. I
Yeah.
believe Z Huge tweeted out saying that already we're in January, J-Main. Right?
Yes.
We're in January already. Apparently, almost 6,000 people in the gaming industry has lost their job, bro.
Damn. Oh yeah, I think
That's
I did see that step. That's already like
yeah.
it's like already a crazy percent of what the
Compared
total
to
was last
last
year.
year, yeah. I'm trying to find the exact
Oh,
tweet.
I found it. I
Okay,
found it.
yeah.
You got
What
it?
does
You
it
want to
say?
read it? It says that so 59,000 video game industry layoffs in 2024 so far, nearly 60% of 2023's total, and we're not even at the end
Jesus
of
Christ.
January yet.
That's great. I don't know what's happening. Once again, like we're gonna get into the topic. We're gonna get into. I don't know if it's just during the COVID time period that whole bunch of companies over like hired, but
Mhm.
damn, Microsoft's layoff was crazy too. Almost 2,000 people laid off from from Activision, Blizzard,
Yeah.
Xbox Game Studios. I mean, I saw
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax. Yeah, I even heard
Yeah.
that their retail team got hit too.
Yeah.
Like the people
Yeah,
who make
yeah.
sure games are on the store shelves and stuff like that, which we're gonna bounce off that and have a different type of conversation after, but that's crazy. The
Yeah.
perception is not really good, but it's not really like a Microsoft only thing. They just did a crazy layoff, but layoffs have been happening literally. It feels like every other day now, Jamie. Like every
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it happens, but it's definitely a lot now. And
Yeah.
I think that could lead to another conversation too, just about the health of the gaming industry as far as talent going forward, and people
Exactly. Job security.
not
Because
wanting to be
yeah, because
involved because
honestly,
it's
if I'm
like
seeing this and I'm a student trying to become like a game developer, coder, or artist, I'm
mhm.
thinking twice. I'm definitely thinking twice about like, yo, I finally got hired by a gaming company that I've always wanted to work for. Just after my project is done,
They
they
let you
kicked me out the
go.
door. They kicked me out the door. Like that's crazy.
Yo,
Nah, the
yo,
job security seems wishy-washy. I don't know if this encourages people to become, game developers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. They
yeah,
got
this
to
shit
figure
not
some.
funny. It's not funny, but it is. I saw a tweet earlier, and the dude was like, "Hold on, I'm trying not to laugh." He was like, "So add he said I forgot to add getting fired by your dream job video game company when I wrote down being hired by your dream job video company too."
That's
Like,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
nah, that's
it's your
crazy.
dream to be hired to work on at your favorite game company, and it's yeah,
They just
you
be
can
letting you
also
go.
be fired by them shits.
You know
And
what?
then
You know
they
what's
find it now on Twitter. Like that's like
yeah,
that.
that's a
That's like the
funny
shit
thing.
that
Like,
happened in the
yeah,
NBA. Like dudes be like,
yeah.
I got traded on Twitter. Like that's how I found out.
That's what's crazy because like I remember seeing some tweets right after like the news broke out with the Microsoft one specifically. Apparently, some people who worked for Microsoft and wherever, Bethesda, Activision, some people were, it's like some developers, artists, or like say, I'm just sitting here waiting to see if I'm one of the people who got
Yeah,
cut.
yeah,
So
yep.
people are just learning in real time that they're losing their job, and that's crazy, man. That's
So that's
crazy.
kind of fucked up.
I don't know. I know. Yeah, the industry. So I don't know what's going on because I felt like the PS4, Xbox One generation. J Main, we didn't see headlines like this. We've been podcasting, at least with the other podcasts. We've been podcasting for a really long time. I feel like only this generation we've been reporting on and talking about like layoffs and shit like that. Like
Hmm.
it's only been this generation. I don't like
Yeah,
that to this
I
degree.
don't know if it is like we're hyper focused on it, or if it is like that it is a crazy number versus what it was years ago. So that's definitely
Mm,
something I want to do more research on. But
yeah, yeah.
it is.
Nah,
I mean,
it's
the
definitely.
fact that it
Mhm.
is that focus, like, yeah, it's gonna lead to something different.
So is this okay? You know what? We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But it's our
Yeah,
tradition to start off the podcast with what we've been playing this past week. So I want
for
to kick it off with
sure.
J Main, man. J Main, what you been on?
I finished up the DLC for Control on
Okay, that's random.
the- yeah.
You were playing
No,
that
I've been
last
working
week?
my way. Yeah, I've been
Oh, okay.
playing Alan Wake and the Control DLCs because I want to beat all of that shit before I get to Alan Wake 2. Because I had bought Alan Wake 2 over the holiday. They had a crazy sale on the Epic Games Store for like if you bought it, it was already on discount, and then Epic Games had like I think it was like a 20% off code or 15% off code. The game ended up being like $25 after all of that shit. So I was like, Alan Wake 2 for 25, you can't beat that. The
That's pretty
problem
good.
is I can't play that motherfucker on my PC because I got a garbage. So by the end of this month, well, in the next few weeks, I plan to actually upgrade. So I'm
Thank God, bro. Thank God.
yeah, it's time. It's time. It's
It's
beyond
time,
time, but
man.
it's time, dog.
Holy.
And it's not my full big upgrade. This is kind of like a little stopgap, just so I can get off of consoles in terms of something better than way
Some
better than
easy modes, right?
consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because some shit like Alan Wake, like I can't do that shit. Like nah, I need to. I mean, I need to play that at something way better than what I got and not on console. Oh, well, you played it on console
I
though. How'd you
I
feel about it?
I played it on console, and once again, the thing is, I've listen, for somebody who's been really PC focused since, I would say, when did I really get into PC gaming, like 2014, 2015, around them
Yeah.
times, right? I think today I will say that I think I found my love for console gaming again. I
What?
found my love for console gaming again. And
This
yeah,
man got a 4090 and you talking like this. Hold on.
but you
Hold
have to
on. What is
understand.
happening?
So let me at least let me explain myself. The
Please
thing
do.
the thing is With my, I love gaming on my PC. Don't get this twisted. We still PC master race all the way. Still, you know what I
I
mean?
can't tell.
But I've been really enjoying gaming on on my consoles, man. You know what it is, J-Man? I'm recently been having some PC problems, and your boy is
Ooh,
tired. Your boy is tired. I turned on
troubleshoot
my
gaming.
PC the other day, blue screen of death. My PC is just restarting for no reason, bro. I recently like took it out, cleaned it. I'm like, yo, change the outlets. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this shit? This shit was working perfectly fine, yo. Why is it like tripping out? You know what I mean? So I've been just playing some games here and there on console, and I'm like, yeah, I'm playing on the 65 OLED, I'm having a good time. I'm like, yo, the games look great. It's still 60 frames per second. I'm like, yo, I've been having a good time. So I've been slowly finding my love for console gaming. I can't lie, I've been having a good time, and it's been a consistent experience. But I've been on that PC though as of recently. We're gonna talk about it. I've been playing that that game that everybody's on right now. I've been playing that game.
The Pokemon with guns.
You know
Pokemon
what?
with guns.
We're gonna get to Palworld, but what I beat this week was Alan Wake 2. Like,
Okay, you finished that up.
Yeah, I finished it. I got the platinum.
Yeah, I'm
quick
working my way
quick
towards
review
that.
since I'm not gonna do a review on the game. Alan Wake 2 introduces some real innovative ideas that I've never seen done in the third person shooter genre when it comes to the detective work, how quickly you switch over to that, how you could transform levels. I like how they did like the puzzles with that stuff. Is really dope. And I think Alan Wake is the best game I personally have played that blends real life live action with gameplay all at once. I don't think I've played a game that does it as well as Alan Wake. I usually think that shit's kind of corny, and I actually kind of don't like that shit when they do like live action in video games. Like I kind of like my movies to be movies and my games to be games. But the way it's
I
done
don't
in
like it
Alan
to
Wake,
be too long. Like I think Quantum Break was just too long.
Yeah, I didn't like see
shit was like
Quantum
4
Break.
episodes.
That's a perfect example. That's one game that I wasn't really feeling that whole live action shit. That shit was whack. But the way that Alan Wake integrates it within is that you're actually playing the game, but you're getting like shadows of like live action, or you're getting like TV screens. There's one level when you're playing as Alan Wake, and some it's like some musical is happening or some shit. I'm not really gonna get it's too tough. But the way that they incorporated the live action with that, super dope. But I can't help but when I was playing the game, even though like it introduced all these cool ideas, which I enjoyed, I'm playing the game the whole time thinking that Resident Evil 4 is so fantastic. That's just what was in my mind the whole time when playing this game. Like it really just solidified how Resident Evil 4 is just on like a different level, and like they're on
In
a
terms
totally
of
different
like what?
gameplay, just terms of gameplay.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the gun combat and things like that, or like
it's much better in the game, and you could tell that this game is inspired by RE4. Just the whole direction.
Yeah, you definitely got those vibes.
You get the RE4 like vibes from this. Like they're definitely inspired by this because the first you played the first Alan Wake, I played it. The first game doesn't play nothing like the second game in terms of like even just the camera perspective. Just the style is so reminiscent of like Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean? And you already know how I feel about Resident Evil 4 remake. The game is absolutely fantastic. And playing Alan Wake, I was just thinking about that, making the comparisons. If I had to criticize Alan Wake 2 further, is that the combat isn't as good. It's okay, serviceable to me personally. Like, but I didn't have like as much fun with the combat as I thought I should have. At the same time, I felt the horror aspect. It has really great atmosphere, but the horror aspect got really old really fast. Like the jump scares, they have these constant jump scares in Alan Wake 2 where just like an old lady just pops up in the screen and it just makes us like it just gets really old fast. And it came to a point where the game just wasn't not scary anymore. You know what I mean? The game was not scary anymore. Yeah. And when you do get hit by enemies, you can tell there's levels to it because just the animations and stuff look a little wonky. Like when you do actually get hit by an enemy or some shit, it looks a little bit wonky. But I think Remedy did a really good job with the game. I do like the direction that they went with Alan Wake 2. Got the platinum. Is it one of, you know how I like to replay games, right? I think it's one of those games that I'm good with one playthrough.
Yeah.
I'm good with one playthrough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm fully invested in like the story and shit. That's why
you enjoy it. The story is really good. The story is
played
good.
all of that. How do they handle because they like to for you to read and shit? Like, is there a lot of like documents? Do they read them out loud, or do you have to like read them when you pick them up? Like documents and collectibles that you find. Because they did in the first Alan Wake, and I think it was in the American Nightmare too. When you pick up the documents, he actually reads them out, like the transcripts and all of that.
You know what? They don't read. They don't. From what I remember, they don't read the documents out loud. But you know, if you're playing a Saga or Alan Wake, if you go to a collectible and you pick up something, they do have some sort of dialogue, like just saying, "Oh, you picked up this shit," but it doesn't read out the shit. The only time where is when you're really doing like you go into the I forgot the mind room or some shit like that with Saga and you're piecing up the puzzles and stuff like that. When you put it together, then she like talks to herself, explaining, and I do like that whole aspect of gameplay and doing the profiling and they did that extremely well. When it comes to that aspect, that's some innovative shit that I personally haven't played in this space. They did that shit really well. I think you're gonna enjoy the game. I think you're gonna enjoy the game still.
I'm excited.
Really so I've been playing that. I'm still working on Persona 5 Tactica. I'm about like I think on the PlayStation it says like I'm 35% done the main story. I'm having a good time with that as well. And I'm finally trying to finish up Stray, the cat game.
Hey, you played.
I had a lot. I had slander for that. I don't know if you remember, but I had slander for Stray.
I remember you did. You wasn't fucking with it.
I will say, it's gotten better as you know. I've gotten a little bit more invested into the story as I've been playing. Man. I guess
it's nothing like the story ain't nothing mind blowing or anything like that. I just think it's a cool concept, playing as a cat and then learning about the world that you are partaking in, and the backstory and shit like that. It's cool as hell.
They got me a little bit more invested. I want to see what's up, what happened to the humans and shit like that. I'm invested now. I'm invested, so I'm gonna finish that up. Since that game is like a short experience. If it wasn't for Palworlds, which I did play too, I probably would have been done the game today because I was actually off today. But I've been playing Palworlds so I could come and talk about it on the podcast. So that's all I've been playing, man. That's all I've been playing.
Okay. I did hop on to the Last of Us Part 2 remaster.
Ooh, good.
So I was playing.
I would love to hear what you think.
I played a few runs at a no return.
Good,
that's
right?
the first thing I went to. I loaded up the story, but it was like I don't give a fuck about that. Shit,
you're having fun with it though, right? I would assume.
So I fucks with the no return mode, man. I'm playing that shit on grounded, so a couple hits and you up out of there easy. Yeah. But I love the tension of it, like knowing that you are playing on that harder difficulty, you gotta move different, and you gotta approach the enemies. Like so far I played the assault mode, and then they had me do the hunted mode where you pretty much got to survive for like a minute and a half. I think it is. That shit right there is crazy because you got motherfuckers coming at you from all angles. You got to set up. I will say though, I feel like so far, at least on Grounded, I feel like they give you a lot of resources in each of your runs that you do. So I'm not afraid to like use up everything that I got. When I pick shit up, I'm using it. Like if I got a molly now and I'm in a tight situation, I'm using it. If I got a trip mine, whatever, I'm just using it. I got bullets, I'm using it.
I think it's set up like that, J-Main, because it's the way this is structured it's nothing like the campaign where you're going through like a long stretch of area, right? You're kind of in and out these levels, so they're not. They don't. When it comes to ammunition and resources, they give you plenty so you can get through. Because can you imagine if it was like campaign level of resources and like this shit would be so like how would you?
Well, that's what I thought it was gonna be like. They wanted you to manage your resources throughout the run, because you got like five levels and then a boss fight or something like that. Yeah. So I thought maybe you had to like incorporate more stealth stuff into it to take people out. But there's certain runs where I'm just guns blazing almost, and I'm getting through it. So, but you do got to be careful because the health don't regenerate after each round. So you got to make sure like if you do go guns blazing, you got to pick up everything so that you
pick up everything so you can make heals.
Right. So you can craft shit through in between rounds. So far I'm liking it.
Let's see how long you gonna play it for.
Yeah, I don't see myself like I'm gonna do a run. I'm gonna try and do a run with the characters I give a fuck about, but I don't see myself like sticking around for too long. And
that's where the co-op. That's where my main complaint. Aren't you playing this thinking about like, yo, this would be like 10 times better if like it was like co-op or some shit. Wait till you do.
Not just that. I'm thinking about holdouts, brother.
Yeah, that too. But wait till you get to holdout where you're kind of like barricaded. in one of the campaign levels, and just infected keep on coming in. It's like it's literally Nazi zombies. It's literally Nazi zombies. But
like
The
a
Last
fucking
of Us.
horde mode.
Can you imagine? You have to
Yeah.
protect your ally. Can you imagine if it was co-op? That shit would have been so fun, and I felt like it would increase the longevity. Because someone like me who was after unlocking the characters, like, bro, like I'm over it. Like I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I personally feel. I wonder if you'll feel like that, since I know you like The Last of Us. I probably like it more than me. Even though you probably like it a lot more than me. At least that aspect when it comes to like multiplayer and stuff like that. So I'm very curious to see how long you're gonna stick around with the game, or you're gonna move on rather quickly. But even if you do move on rather quickly, hey, it might be worth it for you. In the end of the day, I'm like, yo,
No, it's definitely
got to
worth it.
jump
I mean,
in.
I did the
shoot some
$10
people
upgrade and
that
play
was
that
it.
shit. So even if you know I don't stick around, I'm gonna definitely try and get the runs through with each character. I don't, like I said, what I say about sticking around. So I don't think I'm sticking around to unlock everything. Like I'm not feeling like I'm that
The
invested
skins,
into it right now.
the skins,
Yeah, the
a couple of
skins and all that.
skins
They
and
got
shit,
different
like, okay.
challenges and stuff to unlock all of that. Nah, I just want to see some character runs through, and then I'll probably be up at it. Cause like it's no like story elements to it. Like you said, there's no co-op. And
Yeah,
then
no
I'm just
story, no
reminded so
co-op.
much about factions. Like there's so much shit in this that it's like, damn, these could have been faction modes. Even the levels you playing on, if they were like a little bit bigger,
Yeah,
like
some of them
those
too
could be
small for it though.
factions multiplayer.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the levels are definitely too small. But if
Some
they
of them
made
are
them
too
like,
small.
stretch them out, make them a little bit bigger, it's easily like multiplayer shit you see.
I
right
think the
there.
co-op
So,
was a no-brainer. For me personally, I felt like the co-op aspect would have been is the absolute no-brainer. Like, why didn't you guys include co-op in this? Like, this is ridiculous. You know, I felt like that's easy. That's easy. But hey, maybe they don't want to pay for servers. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to maintain
hell no, they ain't
it.
trying to
I
pay
don't
for
know.
that. Nope, they
Maybe
ain't
they don't
trying
want
to
to
do all that.
dedicate people to for cheat. I don't know. Who knows? But I guess they're not that invested themselves, because co-op is literally it screams co-op. What no return? It screams co-op. But that's dope. I'm glad that you're having a good time with it. I'm sure people who are playing, once again, like I said, it's The Last of Us gameplay, so the gameplay is good. So I can't say the gameplay is bad, but I just could see through. What I was trying to get is like I could see through what the package is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little quick, little pow to your wallet, little quick. You know what I mean? Let's just throw this. I wish I did a little bit more though. Personally, I wish I did a little bit more. All right, so let's get into some of these topics, bro.
Let's do it, man.
Let's talk about Palworlds, yo.
Are we starting there?
Let's
talk
about the pals.
You're my pal, man.
All right, Jamie.
Yo.
And I want to talk to the chat too. Yo, be honest. 2 weeks ago, have you heard of this game?
Oh no.
I want
I'm
honesty.
still trying to figure out when
I want
Microsoft
honesty.
showed this shit. Because people say Microsoft had this at one of their events. I don't remember seeing this.
Probably
Maybe I
sleeping. We
did.
probably sleeping.
Maybe I did see him just chalked it up as Pokemon with guns and was like, all right, just moving on. I didn't hear shit else about this game. Nothing else about this. I don't know where this shit came from.
Yo, chat, 2 weeks ago. Let's be honest. Did you even know what this game was like 2 weeks ago?
No.
I'm very curious. I'm definitely gonna read some of them.
Maybe
But
if you
J-Man,
like a big Game Pass head, you probably, seen it advertised a lot, but I didn't see shit about this game.
I didn't see nothing.
Nowhere on my timeline. Nobody was hyping this up. Nowhere. To the point that, that they thought it was gonna be like this major game, or even just like, oh, Game Pass has a new game coming out, like Palworld. Like, no, I ain't see nobody tweet about it.
Yeah. Okay. So J-Main, obviously we've been watching the crazy success it's been having, and also the controversy surrounding the game. Like there's both. It's, in real time, we have people like enjoying the hell out of it. At the same time, we have a whole bunch of people saying, "Oh my God, AI generated, they copy Nintendo." Like there's a whole bunch of talk with Palworld, and I think I want to start off with the success. So J-Main, currently, I think the game has been out for like what, 6 days, 7 days, or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they gave us a sales update even today.
Today, yeah, it was. Wait, no, I think the last sales update was last night.
Was last night?
last
Okay,
night.
so yesterday.
Yeah, like
okay.
9 p.m.
Okay, so currently, J-Main, the game has sold 8 million copies in less than 6 days on Steam alone.
That's
8
fucking
million
crazy.
copies.
Insane.
That's absolutely insane. So Palworld is a breakout success. You know what I mean? It's a breakout hit. Apparently, you know what's even crazier? This early access, so far, I think, just to put it together, it only cost them like $7 million.
Oh yeah, the budget for the game.
The budget for the game was like just $7 million. That was it.
Yeah, if you sold 8 million, I think it's been on sale for
It's
what,
almost
like
two. It's over 200.
$27.
Yeah, it's over 200 million. Easy. 200 million
Niggas.
dollars.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
they to be honest, they can run off on the plug. Like, you know what?
They don't have to finish this shit.
It's in early access. Like, you know what?
You could keep it there
Some health
forever, yo.
issues came up. We out. We are gone. So I don't give a fuck about this shit.
I wouldn't even be mad at them either. They finesse.
now.
They're out of there. They out of there.
Multi-millionaires. So they
Wow.
don't even gotta finish this shit. And you know how sometimes games be in early access for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute. I mean, they got the funds to speed up the process, but they good. Like, I know I wouldn't have been able to sleep. Like, I would have been like, yo, we made it. Like, we got enough to pay our bills back, and
too.
Yeah. So they don't
small
got to
team.
break it down a lot like that. The success is wild. Like, I definitely know like PC dudes, they like they survival games and shit like that. I just didn't think the Pokemon with guns was gonna be the one that like really set it off like
this
that.
is the conversation that I wanted to have too. So, what do you think about this specific game that got people going so crazy? Do you think it is the blend? Is it because it's so weird? It's Pokemon, but you have like these trainers with guns at the same time. Like, do you think that whole concept is why this game is gaining so much traction? Because it just looks so goofy. Like, the concept is so goofy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think so. I think it is that, oh shit, these look like Pokemon. And the simple fact that people are like, oh, like there's certain things that we've
literally give the Pokemon an AK.
There's also certain things that we've always imagined being able to do with our Pokemon games. A lot of times we talk about Pokemon games being so limited, and I wish I could ride them and do all the types of crazy shit, or wish I could take them and go over here with them and build something like this or train them over here. Like, I feel like this game is offering that glimpse into that world where you're like, I could do whatever the fuck I want in this world with my Pokemon. And so people are like attracted to it. And then from there, like you said, the whole guns thing and just the wildness of it is like getting everybody else attracted to it. Like,
and J-Man, I think, hear me out. I think when you hit a certain, when we heard that, oh yo, it sold 3 million in blah blah blah, right? I think when you hit some certain traction, especially with like this whole internet culture, word of mouth, I think the hype at this point, you can't even stop the hype train. It just keeps on going. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, you get people like me, right, who's seen this saying, what the fuck is this game? Let me go check it out. That's literally how it went. Me and Strive were like, yo, what the fuck? Why are people going so crazy over this? Let me check it out. And I think the ball just keeps on rolling and rolling, and next thing you know, what, you have 8 million players in 6 days. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking all types of Steam concurrent records.
Yeah. I think right now it's number 2. Only
all
second
time.
to PUBG of all time of concurrent players. The people are playing it on Steam, which is absolutely insane.
Crazy.
Okay, so Jamie, like I said, I have played Palworld. I'm assuming you haven't tried it out, but I tried it out.
Hell no, I ain't played it.
I wanted to see what the hype. I wanted to see what the hype was about, and it's perfect. We podcast, and I need to come and give you guys what I think about it. Anyways, right? What's my thoughts? So I put 6 hours into the game. Right away,
oh, shit. I didn't know you played that much.
Yeah, right away when I popped into the game, it gives me Grounded, cross Pokemon, cross Breath of the Wild vibes. Even when you're going to the map icon, I swear to God, like it's styled like Breath of the Wild. Like the map
Breath of the
icons,
Wild. Yep.
It's literally like Breath of the Wild. So it's
they
like
got
this
the hot and cold thermometer.
Yeah, it's literally a mashup of these games, and literally some even assets look extremely similar. Like I was mentioning with the map icon, it looks extremely similar to like the map icons in Breath of the Wild. It's this huge mashup. So if you're jumping into this game thinking like, oh yo, it's a traditional Pokemon game, it's really not. It's definitely at its heart a survival game. And if you played games like Grounded, I believe games like Rust,
Ark,
you're gonna be very familiar with this style of gameplay loop. You come in with nothing. Like Jamie says, you could get cold, you could freeze, so you have to build a campfire, you got to build shelter, you got to do.
So is that like still like certain biomes have like different weather temperatures and things like that?
The funny thing, the very first biome I'm in, if you don't, you start off with no clothes, right? So I don't even think you just freeze. You just freeze if you're not near a campfire. Even the very first biome you're in. See, I'm not that far to travel super far, so I haven't been to other areas where maybe it's potentially a lot more colder or a lot more hotter. I haven't gone there yet.
Right.
But the first area that you enter, if you don't put on clothes on, you freeze. You start freezing and shit like that. All right, so
Yeah.
like I was saying, it's very, very much a survival game. When I hopped in right away, I was doing things to like build a shelter, build a fire. You gotta eat. If you don't eat, I guess you lose health. But you got
Okay, I got a question. I got a question for that food thing. Can you eat the pals, or is it like other animals?
You know what? You know what? Okay, see, finally, I invited Meds to come and talk, but I didn't see him anywhere. I'm like, yo, where the hell is freaking Meds?
Oh, he's
Meds,
been playing it too?
Yeah, Meds. If you still want to pull up, you can very much pull up. Just pull up to the private room and I'll drop you.
Oh, yeah, the chat right there. Yeah, pull up.
Yeah, pull up because I actually invited him to pull up on the podcast, but I didn't see him anywhere when we were starting. So, what's it called? So yeah, Jamie. When it comes to the food, right? You actually had to kill the pals to eat them, and they drop food. So I always had this question, yo, because someone actually mind fucked me the other day. I'm like, yo, in the world of Pokemon, is there any animals? That mind fucked me, bro. Is there any animals in Pokemon? So what do they eat? What do they eat, J-Man? What meat do they eat? That mind fucked me the other day, bro.
What the fuck?
What?
I never even thought about that.
I never thought about that too. So are you telling me in the world of Pokemon, do they eat Pokemon?
Yo, I think they do.
That's crazy. That mind fucked me.
I mean, that would make sense. I don't remember seeing like squirrels.
I don't see regular animals in Pokemon. They're all Pokemon.
Like running around. Like, are there regular animals just roaming around? I don't remember. Like, I can't recall. I can't recall seeing them.
Yeah.
Shit. I ain't gonna front. I would eat the Pokemon too. All them damn Pidgeys and shit that you see in the early stages. I'm definitely frying up one of them bad boys.
Yeah, so pretty much you eat the pals. You eat the pals when you want food. You fry them up. You make chicken. You make skewers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you eat the pals.
Okay.
And you feed pals, other pals, or berries and shit like that too. So
yeah,
it go like that.
Okay.
J-Main, the game. Look, when it comes to the survival genre, those games are crack cocaine. Once you get going in those type of games, it's literally crack cocaine. Especially if you're someone who's into like building your own base camp, someone who's into doing all that shit.
Yeah,
it's really addictive.
That's where those games lose me. I can't get jiggy with that. Like, I like a little bit of survival elements in my game, but when the game is based around that, I don't think I have the attention span for it. Like, I'm not trying to sit there and build up my bases and stuff like that. Like, I can't do all of that.
Mm-hmm. Meds, what's up, yo?
Oh, Meds pulled up.
He pulled up.
Yo, what's up?
My guy,
yo, Kofi disappeared on me talking about he didn't know where I was at. You was at,
me, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm in here sitting in the good gaming chat. You're nowhere to be found. I'm like, all right, yeah.
But you ain't never get back to me, brother. I was waiting on you, brother. It's all good.
It's all good, though. You hear now.
It was me you was talking to, and yeah, there is no animals in the Pokemon world. They eating Pokemon, bro. For sure they eating Pokemon. But yo, Palworld,
we're just talking about it. I'm pretty much just giving them my experience of the game, my 6 hours I've played so far, and I'm pretty much just telling them, yo, low key, it's kind of addicting, bro. It's kind of addicting. It's rough around the edges, J-Main. Obviously, early access, missing some animation. Like when you're gathering berries, it looks like you're doing the robot or some shit like that. When you're gathering berries, you're not really touching nothing. So if you're going in there for like one of them type of experiences, it's definitely unpolished in that sense.
No polish.
It's unpolished. Yeah. Also, at the same time, it has a issue when it comes to like the multiplayer component, in my personal opinion. So I'm pretty sure you can have 32 people in your server or something like that, at least on the PC.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Right? Yeah, PC
on the
version.
PC version. Yeah. But take this in. If I want to play with Meds, right, and jump into Meds world, I have to create a new character. If I want to play with Strat and jump into Strat's world, I have to create a new character. So that's the only
for
thing
each person you're trying to play with.
Play with,
yes.
Which is super shitty. Which is super
for each of your friends' world, you basically start over and have a character that exists only there.
Yep, super shitty.
Oh yeah. Nah. This game is definitely fix super early access.
They gotta fix that because in Grounded, right? we all can take the same save and continue playing. But when we get back together, we just have to pick the save what we want to do. We could still like use the save but the thing is, when we say we all played in Strat's world for like 5 hours, when Strat leaves, we can't jump back into Strat's world unless, I guess, you have your own sort of server. Am I correct, Meds? You have to have like your own personal server or some shit.
Yeah, you would have to have like a permanent server going on where people could jump in and out without you having to host it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the only.
Because
That's
if
the only
Strat's not around,
shitty,
like for example, me and Kofi was hanging out with Strat and doing a bunch of shit in his world, right? We leveled that shit up. We was having it looking mad fly, right? But then Strat's not on.
Gotta go, bro.
Me and Kofi want to play. So what do we do now? Now we got to go back to our bum ass world that we haven't worked on at all because we've been working on his shit. Now we got to go, scramble, try to make up for lost time. Right now, my place, bro, I got 22 hours in the game, and I swear it's like 14 just hanging out with Strat. So my world is ass, bro.
Yeah.
So what is the point of this game? Like, is there like an end goal, or are you
Doesn't
just
seem to be an end goal.
Okay.
It
So
seems
you
like
just
one of those
building
things
stuff
you
up,
build
pals.
you build villagers, you collect there's like a Pokedex, there's a Paldex or whatever they call it.
Right.
You could try, I guess it's one of those games like, do whatever you want. You could go and do that, but there are boss fights, like raid boss fights type of situations going on in those as well. So I think.
And do you get like rare materials or items and shit like that when completing those boss fights?
Yeah, you get
I
rarer.
haven't done one yet, but maybe Meds have. That's why I wanted them on. I don't know if you
So-
got one yet.
As you level up, you get like more technology which basically means just like blueprints on shit that you can build, right? So you can like you start off and you got a blueprint for a regular pickaxe, then you level up 10 more levels and now your pickaxe could be made of metal and now it's stronger. It collects more stone with each hit, right? So that's how it works. You collect more and more shit that you can build and whatnot. And on the right side of that whole list, there's like super like unlocks, right? There's like a higher tier of unlock. And the only way you can unlock those is by using ancient technology something. I forget what ancient technology something. And you only get those by defeating bosses. So you got to go out there and find the bosses and kill them, in order to keep advancing.
Yeah.
I see.
So
Basically, the goal I see is to like explore the whole map and find everything. That's like the goal that I see. That's what I'm
and survive and
towards.
build yourself up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could literally have because this happened to me when I was playing before I came on the podcast, right? I was doing my base, and another layer to this game is super dope is how you can, we're all the memes that you make your pals like slaves and shit like that. That's a whole layer that I didn't even mention of the game, which I think it does something unique. Personally, I haven't played anything like it. I'm pretty sure there's games like that have that element of gameplay, but personally, I haven't played it, and I thought that was pretty cool. So pretty much when you're doing your base shit, the pals that you collect, right? You could task them to go mine some stone, go cut some trees, go harvest berries, go do all sorts of tasks, right? And I understand the appeal, J-Man. They look so fucking goofy when you see like a Pokemon like creature with a pickaxe or a sheep like just hitting some mine and just mining, right? And they get tired, they get lazy, they get they all like each one have like personalities and shit like that. So I could see why people could lose a whole bunch of time into a game like this,
And you can name them, so you can name it after your homies. Yo, J-Main is slacking off over there. You know what I mean,
yeah. And man's pull up on your base. Man's pull up on your base and like NPCs
like
and
NPCs?
try to fry you. Yeah, like they pull up on your base and try to raid you and shit.
Invasions and shit like that.
So if your people are not trained, they all could get clapped up. So
can you catch like human like people?
Yes, you can catch humans, dude.
Apparently can catch humans.
Yeah, you can catch humans,
and you can make them work for you?
You can make them work for you, but they're lazy workers and they don't really do shit.
Oh shit!
It's
they got
not worth. It's not.
Oh no! That's the
they got people of all colors in this game.
Oh my god, yo, this shit about to go crazy. This about to go crazy. I can see the videos now. Oh my god, I'm so glad people working at
you can butcher people too, right? So like
and
you can like cut.
Yeah, the police pull up too. There's like cops.
Yeah,
J-Man, there's so many layers to this game, bro. There's so much layers to this
game.
So
is there like a wanted system and all that too?
Yes. There's a whole wanted system.
Wow.
It's so hard to explain. When someone says explain Power Guys, I feel like I have to tell the story of like Kingdom Hearts or some shit. Like it's
bro, they stole like 9 different games and put it in one game.
There's mad games in this one game, so I understand the appeal. I do understand the appeal. I'm here to confirm that I think there's fun to be had. I wish it was a little bit more polished with like the multiplayer aspect. I think that's probably my number one pet peeve. That I wish that I could jump into Strat's world and have my same level, have my gear, have my pals. That would be super dope. And maybe that will come in a later patch. But yo, the game is fun, bro. I'm already like I spent a lot of time even just making my crib and just getting people just to work on shit, and it's fun. It's fun. You know,
so it's the crib customization, is that like you have a lot of say in what it looks like, or do they just give you like a blueprint on what it's gonna look like? And
they give you like time to pass. Walls.
You build your floor yourself. The walls, windows where your door is gonna be. You can make it 2 floors, your staircase. Like you do that manually yourself. Like most survival games do have that aspect to it. But like the perfect example is what like even Med said. Like it's literally a mashup of like 9 games together. Like they just and somehow it works. Usually when games do that, like it don't work. But somehow this shit works, yo.
No, I can't like. Right, I
can't.
The
building is like Fortnite.
Okay, like Fortnite, but like even like going back to games like The Sims, where you like customize your crib and build your house and shit like that. Like that stuff is addicting. So I already know.
This has those
I used
elements.
to play that shit. It has some elements of that in there when you building stuff up. So I get the addictive point. It's just like,
why don't you give it a try, J-Man? Why would you? Why is it pride? Is it pride that like, you won't try?
I'm not interested.
People don't want to be hype beasts.
In those type of game. Nah, it's not that. I don't give a fuck about
but
that.
Who gives a fuck, bro? The whole world playing this shit right now.
I'm not interested in like survival games like that. That's just my thing. Like that's just not.
How do you know? Have you played one?
J-Man,
no, but
J-Man, this is the first one I've ever liked and first one I ever played. I like this is fire.
But J-Man, you can't say that unless you play one. Yeah, you have to play one
in a very long time.
Yeah. You have to play one to say that. See, me, I'm not super big into that genre until I played games like fucking like Grounded and the other Viking one. I tried that one. I'm like, yo, this one's not that bad too.
Yeah.
But hey, man, after when I was playing Grounded, I'm like, low key, this Grounded shit is here. A lot of people roasted Grounded when that shit dropped. But I remember playing it in early access with the boys. I'm like, yo, low key, this shit is a lot of fun, bro. Like this shit's a lot of fun, especially with friends too. Even solo, like if you're it's weird. Like you know those. It's crazy. Like a game like Animal Crossing. I don't know how they make a gameplay. I don't know how they make a gameplay loop like you pulling grass like entertaining. Like you're just doing like weird tasks that you wouldn't even want to do in real life. You could never pay me any more money to go do some gardening. I would never do it. But for some reason, when I play a game like Animal Crossing, I'm having the time of my life planting flowers and pulling weeds. You know, it's weird, yo.
I don't know if it's as like an instant gratification type of thing. Like you know, you don't have to wait for. In real life, you know, you garden. That should take a while to actually see results.
Let me tell you something. You know what it is?
Don't take as long.
What is it, Meds?
People love the satisfaction of something like gardening. The feeling that something like gardening brings them, it brings you a lot of satisfaction, right? Like you plant the tomato, right? You pull that shit up. That shit is fire, right? But you don't got time for that. But you get the same fucking feeling doing that shit in a video game. That's why people love doing Farming Simulator, all these simulator games that sell like crazy, bro. People love doing this.
Even
these
mundane ass like tasks, collectibles, and like Ubisoft style games. Like they know people like that type of shit. You run around finding a bunch of knickknacks and collect from 0 to 100, and you hype.
But Jamie, you know what? But you know what's crazy? I was just gonna bring up that point in other games when we got us doing like some dumbass tasks. I'm not fucking with it though. Why is it that though? Where I could do some side quests in some open world games that should be annoying to me. Like we talked about like, yo, some of these Final Fantasy 16 side quests is like lame. Like why am I doing this? But at the same time, I could actually sit down and enjoy a game like Animal Crossing and I'm literally cutting trees and just doing like these little chores. So I don't know. I need answers myself, bro. Why am I?
I think that's because you're working towards an end goal. You're trying to pay off the debt. So
you're working towards something that you are trying to build. Like in those games, like Final Fantasy 16, like those might be small, little mundane tasks, but it's like
it has nothing to do with the overall story.
It doesn't lead. Yeah, it doesn't lead to nothing. It's like world building, but it don't lead to like you might see them upgrade like the main base a little bit, but you didn't really have no say in what that shit looked like. In this type of game, you go out and collect the plans. You're like, all right, when I get back to the base, that's gonna help me add to this, and then I can build another level to this, and I can do like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of different variations and different avenues you could take that gives you more satisfaction and shit like that.
Makes sense. Maybe since that's kind of like the goal, because once again, another game that I really enjoyed in the past was a game called Viva Pinata. I don't know if man's played on.
Oh, that's my shit,
bro. You know how addicting that game is.
Yes,
that game is addicting. Like man's don't understand. That game is if that shit dropped for PC today, I'm on it. Like I'm
that was
honest.
Rare. Rare made that, right?
Yeah, Rare made that shit. That shit is addicting. When you do not garden and shit, getting the pinata. So when they pull up on your garden, you're like, you're so happy. You're like, oh, then you have to do the requirements of make them stay. Like, yo, that shit is so addicting, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Those games, bro, are something else. You lose mad fucking time in those type of games, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Maybe that's my fear of losing time. I ain't got much time. Y'all know I don't be playing games like that. I need my time. If I lose my time to these fucking survival games, I ain't gonna be beating shit.
I'll tell you what, Jim. I was supposed to play Prince of Persia, and I've been playing Palworld instead.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen.
But I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. Have you guys talked about the virality of the game and how big it is and all that shit? Have you guys?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Talking about it's going crazy and
yeah.
If you have any, so why do you think it's blowing up? What do you think is like a tribute? Like we were talking about, probably is just like a snowball effect and the word of mouth. Like, you know. Why do you think?
I think it's exactly those things right there.
Yeah, this specific survival game is going so crazy. Do you think because of a little bit of the gimmick of the Pokemon with guns and shit adds to it too?
I think initially it was because of the Pokemon shit, and then right away it was a matter. From there, I think it was a matter of word of mouth, because ultimately I wasn't, because I've been aware of this game for a long time, and I didn't care at all until like a week ago. I saw some gameplay. I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is actually pretty cool. All right, I don't know. And then a couple homies played it, and they're like, yo, it's on Game Pass. Try it out. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It is on Game Pass. And then I see, oh wait, it's outdated on Game Pass, but it do look cool. Let me just give it a shot. If anything, I'll refund it.
Yeah.
And bro, I copped it, and in my first session, I played way longer than the refund window allows. So, like,
it was over.
It was so good. It hooked me. It hooked me, and I got it. I understood it, and like, honestly, I kind of wanted to hate on the game, and I see a lot of that online. People are just hating on the game just to hate on it because it's popular. But bro, a lot of things, at the end of the day, a lot of things are popular because they're fucking cool and they're good. And Palworld is good, yo. It's a good game. I recommend it. I recommend it to everybody, even if you're not into survival games, because I don't like survival games, but I like this game.
This might be the one. This might be the one that you do try out.
Now I'm thinking of booting up Minecraft. I'm like, okay, maybe this is what I'm. Because Minecraft, it was always like, yo, Minecraft, what? You just drop me in the world and just go do and what? I don't know. Tell me what to do. Like, give me something to do. Like, I always felt that way, but now I'm like, maybe I should just explore the map.
You get it?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like now I get it.
I see my brother Nev in the chat. I want to talk to him real quick. Nev, we know
Nev
you
is
as
hating. Of course he's hating.
Pokemon. See, that's what I was gonna get. We know you as a Pokemon stan, a Pokemon lover. Nev, oh man, if you could be on the podcast, I would definitely like to ask you, how do you feel, brother? How do you feel about Palworld and its success, and the fact that we got these Pokemon-like creatures with guns? Do you think this is a disgrace to everything that Nintendo did? I wonder how Nev personally feels about Palworld. I'm actually very interested as a super
Pokemon company putting out
stan.
Statements. Taking down mod videos. I heard that mod didn't even ever come out. It was just a video of somebody that was working on a mod.
It didn't drop?
It never came out. Yeah, the dude said it never came out. It was just something he was working on. And they took down the video. So he was like, you know what, I'm done. he didn't want to go further.
You know what? This is a great segue. All right. When it comes to the whole controversy surrounding that, like
plagiarizing
and a lot of people mad AI. I personally think that I agree with a lot of people's sentiments that, like, if Nintendo could do something about it, they probably would have done it a long time ago, right? Like, they actually had like some sort of case, because they usually strike fast when it comes to their intellectual property, right?
They took that mod video down fast as hell.
Exactly. So if they had grounds that, like, and they really felt like, this game was really like just a straight bite, or using our assets, or using that, then this probably would have been taken down already. So do you think there's actually any sort of legal action that Nintendo could do, or you think people are just like hurt in their feelings, so they just keep on adding Nintendo about this, since there is clearly some inspiration and some similarities between
the inspiration is definitely there. This is like the you can copy my answers but switch it up a little bit so they teach you don't.
It's not illegal.
I mean, know that you copy. So like I think they probably like, you know, tiptoed the line close enough to the point where they won't get in trouble for it.
There's no case. Yeah.
I mean, it would be fire to see a little legal action take place, but at the same time, fuck the Pokemon company and Nintendo.
Facts.
Like, like I'm done with, like, you know, that Pokemon game and like seeing that shit kind of be the same overall. I know Arceus, or however you pronounce that shit, they definitely switched it up. Arceus, like they switched it up a little bit, but they need to do more. They need to do more across the board. And if this, hopefully this can wake people up to stop buying that Pokemon shit fucking year after year and making that shit like one of the best selling games ever, like of the year, then I'm all for these motherfuckers putting pressure on Nintendo. Like, we need more. I'm all for competition being in the space that going like fire under developers' ass to actually do more and give the people more of, you know, what can be better, what can be different, what can be improved on, rather than the same shit over and over. So I hope Nintendo doesn't have a case here. At first, I wanted to see the fuck shit just for my amusement, but I hope they don't have a case here, because I need them to feel that pressure.
You guys see they put out a statement, right?
Yeah.
The Pokemon company did.
Yeah.
They put out a statement, yeah.
They put out a statement.
So are they separate entities? Like, do they work?
They're separate entities. Nintendo has a stake in it.
Yeah, they have a stake. I think they own a certain percentage of the company. I think it's like shares. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% agree with everything you said, J-Main. For a long time, I think I've addressed this on multiple different occasions. How I feel like Pokemon, they don't hit the same anymore. Personally, like, I felt like it kind of peaked with the Nintendo DS, you know, with like Heart Gold,
100%.
I felt like they kind of peaked. I felt Black was good too. I did enjoy Black and White, but I remember the Pokemon games for the Nintendo Switch. I wasn't really feeling it. I think people say when it comes to the competitive scene, it's not bad, but as for the single player stuff, I don't know, man. I felt like they really do the bare minimum for those games, and I would love other companies to apply some pressure, so hopefully Nintendo could do better with the Pokemon games, man. But the thing is, I think they pump them games out so fast, and they just do well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they know it's gonna sell.
They have no incentive to really innovate.
We see it, Madden, 2K, like we see it time and time again where they could do so much more and better. Yeah, they know people are gonna buy it, so it's like, all right, why do more? Why do more? You don't have to.
Yeah. Can I say my piece on Pokemon real quick, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
So I love Pokemon, long time fan. Love Pokemon so much. And when the Switch was like, you know, conceptualized, they told us basically, you know, no more splitting console and mobile, like, or the handheld rather. It's one thing, and you know, all our games is going to be on this one thing, and you're going to get more games because of that, since we don't have to split it no more. All right, cool, great. I'm like, yo, the Switch is going to come with high-powered, like, incredible Pokemon games. Like, this is going to be the best Pokemon games yet. And we've had... And the first Pokemon game they announced is fucking Pokemon Let's Go, which I remember your live stream when they did it, Kofi, and I was so fucking upset. And Nev is in the chat all upset, and then he bought copies of each one.
Let's Go.
Oh, my God. And I still, to this day... Yeah, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, and bro, dog shit. That was like Pokemon Gold style. And then Sword and Shield, and that there hasn't been a good Pokemon game in a really, really long time. In my opinion, since X and Y, and even X and Y is barely passable. It's been a long time. It's been 11 years in my opinion. If you ask
Crystal, Fire Red, Leaf Green, those are like legit classic Pokemon.
It breaks my heart.
Those games are.
It breaks my heart.
I remember.
And let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is the last thing. I just want to say, all you Nintendo fans who complain and bitch about the fucking series and you still buy the games, this is all your fucking fault. Fuck y'all, and I hope Palworld cleans Nintendo up.
Okay. All right. Let's bounce off to this. We've seen games blow up before.
Right.
It's not the first, and it won't be the last. There's a difference though. If a game sticks around for the long haul, do you guys think that Palworld will stick around for the long haul? I want to ask the chat that too. Yes or no? Do you think this game's actually... I know it's going to have its certain player base, but do you think that retention of obviously a million players, like how bad do you think it's going to drop eventually when the hype dies down? Do you think, or do you think it's going to be consistently a top player on Steam? I think that would also have to do for the updates if they
the support.
the support for the game. I think that's very important. But we've seen this before. Fall Guys is one example. We thought that game was on top of the world at one point in time. When that shit dropped, it seemed like the whole world was on that shit at one point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a month
the other shit too,
later,
Among Us. That was another
Among
one.
Us, Temtem was another one that it seemed to gain some traction, but after a month or two, that shit was no one was talking about that shit no more. So my question to y'all is, do y'all think this one will have some longevity, like some real longevity, and retain a high player base like it is right now?
I think on PC, yes. Just because I think that's the crowd for these survival type games. I know like things like Minecraft, of course, took off across the world and across different platforms and shit like that. But being that this is like early access and they are updating it as you go, I don't know if the console space has the patience for that as much as the PC crowd does, because I think they're more like used to having games in its early stages and seeing the vision and hope and sticking with it for the long haul. I know it's on was the Xbox early access, and then I think PlayStation is probably at this point they'd be dumb to try and not to get that shit on their platform as soon as possible.
They need early access stuff on the console.
Yeah, they're really strict with their early access. Like they'll do early access, but your shit got to be in a certain state for them to put
they
their.
They don't like giving refunds.
Yeah, but then they could put the shit. But they got other bullshit on their store too that they're selling for money. So it's like it's weird. Like just put the motherfucking thing on.
They'll sell jumping taco.
Yeah, like some wild shit on the Black Tiger, whatever that shit was called.
IMAO.
Yeah, like they
like that,
might as well put this on there too. So yeah, I think on PC they're definitely gonna have a crowd for a while. I'm interested to see what the console thing is doing, especially since they're like builds behind and things like that. So.
So yeah. I guess we'll see, man. Palworlds. What else can we talk about?
They got a good chance.
They got a good start. Obviously, they got an amazing start. Great start.
Bro, the thing is, no matter how because we talk about 1010 whatever, bro. 1010 peaked at 39,000. We're talking about a game that peaked at 2 million.
2 million.
Compared to
that shit ain't.
Yeah, this
even if it drops off to like 1% of that shit, that's still better than Temtem's peak. So like. All they need is like 20,000-30,000 people to keep a healthy game going, and I see
and they already made the money too, man.
For a long time.
Too, right?
Yeah, and the money's made already. Exactly. It's not like you can be like, oh yeah, this game flopped, bro. The money's made.
It's already made. Yeah. Even if it dies down, like I'm pretty sure they're okay. They're like, okay, yeah, we kind of cashed out. We can move on to next projects. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what they got here, I think they got like 4 to 6 weeks. I think I'm gonna be playing this for like 4 to 6 weeks, and then after that, if there's nothing else to do, there's nothing new, then I'm out.
Like a substantial update.
Yeah. So let's see what they do. But I think 4 to 6 weeks, this thing is going to be on and popping. It might even get higher than that 2 million. We'll see.
Damn. Okay. Palworlds, people. Okay, I guess last question before we move on to something new. And I'm gonna read the super chats real quick. What's it called? Do you think games like this have a bad influence on future titles coming out? Do you think, because we're all making the jokes, I made the joke too, but do you think a publisher sees this like EA, Microsoft, Sony sees this like, yo, our games, we just spent 250 300 million to make 300 million to make our game, right? And we sold even Alan Wake is even worse. They spent a lot of money, actors, all of this shit.
Like
apparently
flopped.
Alan Wake 2 flopped. It sounds like it flopped bad. We put all this time and effort into make cutting edge visuals, high fidelity graphics, all this crazy tech, ray tracing, just for our shit to flop and get beat by a Pokemon clone in early access. So do you think this sets a bad precedent for gaming as a whole? I guess that's my question. Do you think this does? Do you think publishers are gonna look at this and be like, "Yo, why do we waste all this time and money on this shit when we could be like just doing that?" Or you think that that's not really a thing? What do you believe?
I think like you said, of course they're looking at this shit like, damn, like they wish they had something like this where they didn't have to put that much money into it. But I feel like when you start going to chase the type of things is when they don't fucking work out. It's like, it kind of like we've been saying in the beginning, nobody saw this shit really, for the majority at least. We didn't really see this coming like that. You had a few people that was probably looking at it like, oh shit, this probably could be something, but nobody saw this And then when you start getting those companies, like even PlayStation, for example, they telling you right straight up in front, yeah, we got 10 to 12 live service games coming. Like they telling you straight up, we trying to chase live service to get that bag. And that shit they fell flat on their face. And then you've had examples of survival games that went big. Minecraft, like that was a survival game and that was huge. But I think you have to, it's like a whole nother realm that you would have to understand and get into that I don't think that PlayStation is even, for example, is well equipped to get into. Maybe Microsoft, because they got like the 30 different studios. They probably have, more of the studios that could do stuff like this. And we're probably gonna talk about one of those later. That didn't work out. That was in development for 6 years. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to start chasing it. Maybe put a small team on something and see what you could do from there. But I just think you got to go with what works for you.
You know what, Jamie? You know how I feel about this whole situation and that specific question that I asked? I feel like a game like Palworlds and its success, you can't manufacture it. I don't think it's something that you can sit in a boardroom and put the pieces together and it will work out. I think a game like this and its crazy success takes a good idea, number one, a good idea, and a whole lot of luck for it to happen, and a whole lot of luck, and you can't just make something like this. I think you can't manufacture it. I think it's organic. I think the way that this came about and blew up, at least in the public, is organic. And when, like you're saying, when companies start to chase stuff like that and think, oh, like, let's do this, it's similar, blah blah blah, as the next guy, we've seen that time and time again, and usually never works out. It's usually stories like this don't happen frequently. So for other companies to see the success of this and try to chase, which I'm pretty sure some will try to chase, but for them to be successful, I don't think it's gonna go the way they think. I know Suits are always gonna try and manufacture something like this after seeing it, but it's not gonna go.
Like, look at Foam Stars. It's clearly trying to chase the Splatoon hype. That shit ain't going. It's not gonna do Splatoon numbers. It's just not. It's not. It just is what it is. But it's not gonna do it. It might be a fine game to play, but it's just not gonna be that.
Yeah. All right. So,
I mean, you say that, but people said the same thing about Palworld, so we'll see.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was that like big of a scale of people like that was focused on Power. Like I feel like a lot of the PlayStation community is like, yo, Foam Stars is gonna be. Or they looking at it as that's gonna be like that next multiplayer game because they starving over there too.
Bro, let's keep it up. Bro, there's like two mans that's gassing that. We got Jay Barry and like the other man. Like there's no one else is gassing up Foam Stars. Shout out to my friend Jay Barry, bro. Nobody's gassing up Foam Stars. PlayStation knows is a dud. That's why they put it in PS Plus. Square Enix knows is a dud. That's why they did the smartest thing they could possibly do to give the game a chance, and they're not just selling it outright. They put it in PS Plus. Come on, bro, because they already know that, the chances are this shit's going to go quadruple.
PS Plus has some bangers,
styrofoam.
But even those bangers that was in PS Plus, they weren't heavily marketed. Like Rocket League, when that first came out, and PlayStation Plus, nobody knew what the fuck that was. That was their second game. That's not their second, but that was their second game in that style. They made a game like Rocket League.
That was a sequel.
Yeah, that was like the spiritual successor, and nobody knew that. But the Rocket League shit just took off, and even
I knew that because I listened to Podcast Beyond. But
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But I wanted to ask you guys, as just because you guys brought it up now, Foam Stars. So, Foam Stars is releasing free on Plus.
Yes.
Within 2 days of Helldivers 2.
Is it 2 days?
Within 2 days. Right, I don't know if it's 2 days before or 2 days after, but it's within a couple days. And my question is, like, you don't think this shows a lack of confidence in Helldivers 2?
For Helldivers 2?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I think that shows lack of more confidence for Foam Stars. I think so. I think that's the other way around. Why do you say lacking confidence for Helldivers?
I feel like if you're putting the game free on Plus, that means that you're putting more marketing push behind that game.
Yeah,
I disagree. I think there's way more marketing push for Helldivers and Foam Stars.
Nah, hell
really?
No,
I'm not seeing it
everywhere on the. I see at least on the internet.
Foam Divers love, bro.
Look, on the internet, I see
look
Helldivers
at the accounts that they're tweeting from the Helldivers information from. It's all been the PlayStation UK accounts. Like they just now put up a
Oh
tweet
yeah,
about Helldivers like recently on the regular PlayStation. Like, yeah, they've been promoting Foam Stars way more than Helldivers too.
You know what I'm
interesting.
saying? It doesn't look good,
Interesting.
man.
I see it the other
And
way
there hasn't
around.
been no previews or no betas or anything for Helldivers
Helldivers.
either.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't think my thing with Helldivers, that shit is gonna be just like the first one in terms of the gameplay loop. It's just in a different perspective. Like everything that I'm seeing from that game is you get a new faction of enemies that you're taking on, but the style of like how the campaign is gonna go and the co-op and shit like that, even the way you know call in, like nothing is gonna change but that perspective. That's gonna make it what it is like as a sequel. But everything else is gonna be the same. So I don't think they probably not expecting that shit to be big, to be honest.
yeah. Look, I don't see. Yeah, when it comes to Helldivers, I don't think they think it's gonna even sell a shit ton of copies, like you're saying. I don't think it's gonna sell a shit ton of copies on consoles or PC. I don't think so. But once again, if it's a good product, you never know. It might get some word of mouth, get some a player base. I'm interested in checking it out and playing it and seeing how it is. But I'm pretty sure PlayStation doesn't have crazy expectations for Helldivers 2. It's definitely interesting that you guys think that they're putting a little bit more of a push for Foam
I
Stars.
think they're kind of burying it. I think they're kind of burying it.
I feel like them putting Foam Stars in Plus is kind of a signal to me. It's the red flag that they think this shit won't sell if it wasn't in Plus, or no one's gonna buy this.
I think we might look at it like that, but I don't know. I feel like other people be like, "Oh, what's this?" Like,
I don't think it is that way. Yeah, because what game's gonna have more players? You know for a fact, Foam Stars is gonna triple, quadruple, quintuple these fucking Foam Stars. I mean, these Helldivers numbers because it's gonna be on Plus.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's on Plus. I don't think I'm even gonna download that shit.
Oh shit! I missed out on the beta, so I'm gonna check it out.
I think a lot of us.
It doesn't look like it's for me.
I think a lot of people are hating on Foam Stars for the same reasons they hate on Palworld. They look at it, it's a ripoff, probably mid.
It looks goofy, yeah.
But I think, and listen, I'm not sticking up for Foam Stars because I actually agree. I think it looks mid, but I'm just saying, like, I think, and I would give it a shot if I had a PS5. I think it could surprise. It's got potential, at least.
That's so funny though. Like,
I'm saying, let's not write it off before it even drops.
That's fair.
Nah, I want to try it. I just don't see it taking off. But I definitely want to try it. I'm gonna still check it out. I just think it's funny though. Like last week, we was kind of having a conversation about Indiana Jones and how they went to first person because people was like, "Oh, they don't want it to be like Uncharted." And then this week is, Palworld, I fucked with it because, oh shit, it looked like Pokemon with guns. Like, it's just funny. Like, people don't know what the fuck they want until you put it in front of them, man.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true.
Gamers are finicky. Like, we really don't know what we want until we have it in our hands and we try it out and see if we like it or not. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. When it comes to Foam Stars, hey, I wish them the best luck. Square Enix usually doesn't have the best history when it comes to creating captivating multiplayer games over the years. Outside of Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, and even that had like a redemption arc.
Yeah, their multiplayer projects are usually not really the greatest. So let's see how Foam Stars turns out. I want to read these super chat donations real quick before we move on to the next topic. This one's from Taiwo. He says, "A wise man named Jack Move once said, 'I hope everyone lands on their feet.'"
Thoughts and prayers.
Jet Life. He says, "Yo, with Infinite Wealth, Grand Blue, Persona 3 Reloaded, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, February will be a crazy month for JRPGs. Which games are y'all copping? I will not be playing Infinite Wealth. I will not be playing Grand Blue. I will be playing Persona 3 Reloaded, and I will be playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Those are the only two games I'm interested in picking up."
Grand Blue, that's coming a little bit too fast for me. That's gonna have to wait because I'm still playing Prince of Persia, and then we'll see how far I get that. If I can finish up Prince of Persia, I'm also playing Final Fantasy. Nah, hell no. I never played a Yakuza game in my life, so I'm
got good reviews though. By the way, I think it's sitting at like 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah, so crazy high.
Really that wouldn't be where I start. Like I would have to start from like Yakuza 0 or some shit. Like I'm not.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's so many games.
It's too much of them.
Yeah, that's one of them. You see the score and you're like, you know what? I'm happy for everybody that's excited for this.
They're 9 games deep, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, I'm pretty sure you could jump in at one of the games and probably still have a good time. But I feel like, like the people who played it from start to finish, like from Yakuza 0 all the way to the latest one, I feel like those people have a different level of enjoyment because they just know all the characters, their backstories, where they came from. So it should probably hit different because a lot of the characters, it seems like they cross over to the games, right?
Yeah, and there's always callbacks to the old ones too.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm really not getting my full enjoyment jumping around like that. You know, I'm not really getting my.
I like how that New Game Plus went. Being behind the paywall went under the radar too. But
no, it was people were mad about it, but now it's being swept under the rug because of the high meta.
Yeah, that shit. Infinite.
Oh, Kofi, you ain't know?
Plus behind
so you have to,
one of the deluxe editions.
Yeah,
man, that's nasty. That's nasty work. That's nasty. New Game. See, that's what I'm saying, yo. If you give these people an inch, they take a mile, bro. Why is New Game Plus something that you have to pay for? I think Nintendo is a culprit of doing this shit too with the Zelda games back.
PlayStation did it too.
That's
nasty. At least like a difficulty
grounded,
mode.
Grounded too.
Yeah, with Last of Us. Yeah.
As gamers, y'all,
that's right.
As gamers, y'all gotta put your foot down on certain shit. Because once again, if you give these guys an inch, you're gonna take a mile, bro. And that's
gamers
nasty.
don't stand on shit, Kofi.
That's nasty, bro. New Game Plus under a paywall is crazy. That's nuts.
Gamers don't stand on shit because they go rah for shit like this. Then they go, wait, 91 meta. Let me go cop.
Who cares? It'd be like that too. It'd be like that. Look, I'm no better than people. I've indulged in some bullshit. When you really want something, you really want something. At the end of the day, it's your money, so you do whatever you like. So
it's your money. There you go.
Yeah, it's my money. You already know how it go, bro. So it is what it is.
I've been playing through the remake Final Fantasy VII. I need that. That combat needs to be like what it is moving forward. Like that shit just it works, man. It works. And it feels so good playing the RPG with RPG elements.
I know.
Yeah, this shit like, oh shit, I gotta strategize here. Hold up, I can't just, you know what I mean? I just can't hit square right here. I gotta actually, make sure I'm maneuvering between different characters, fucking utilizing different abilities and weaknesses. Yep. They fucked that up with 16.
The combat in remake is really good. I think that's like the perfect blend of the turn-based and action RPG. It's perfect. It's really good. All right, Jamie, and I want to talk about PlayStation. I want to talk about PlayStation.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. They got a couple things going on.
Oh my god. All right.
Let's talk about
a real credible leaker. This is no bullshit. He's a real, he or she or what, I don't know the thing, but a real credible leaker has gave us win on the next PlayStation PC release. And the game is Until Dawn, people.
Until Dawn. Great game, by the way. Really enjoyed it.
Until Dawn, people.
Looks like that's the next release. We heard last week that they're trying to make a movie out of it, even though the game is already a movie, but we get it. You know, that's what PlayStation is trying to do.
We ain't trying to hear none of this shit. We're not trying to hear what you're saying. Let's bask in what I just said. They're remaking the game, bringing it to PC and PS5, and it's Until Dawn.
I get it. I get why they're doing it. I can't say I don't. I get it. It's a whole different audience for them to tap into, and it'll make a perfect movie, brother. I get it, and they're gonna capitalize on that movie, and get people to buy the game at the same time. That's what it is.
This is nasty work. This is nasty. Am I the only one who thinks this is nasty work? Am I on the bridge myself? Like, yo, I'm on the ledge myself right now. This is nasty, Jamie. Why are they doing that? Out of all the games to remaster and remake and bring back, Until Dawn. And I get it. I hear what you're saying. They have a TV show or movie or whatever coming out, and PlayStation is having a blast doing these cross marketing things with the TV shows with The Last of Us and remaking the game and stuff like that. They're just cross branding shit, but it's disgusting though. It's disgusting. Out of all the games, bro, it sounds a little bit redundant though. But we did see the sales figures recently with PlayStation.
Oh, were they on there? Was like 5 million?
Was on there. It was like 4 million copies. Bloodborne sold
actually
almost
not bad.
8 million copies. Where the fuck is the remake?
Y'all gonna stop with this Bloodborne shit.
And this got me thinking, Jamie. And this got me real quick, Mets. And this got me thinking. I'm a little spooked. Oh, remember we heard rumors of a Horizon remake. Guess what's coming, J-Main? A Horizon TV show. So could it be that this Horizon remake is real to launch beside the TV show? Are you gonna say that's disgusting? that would be that's disgusting, J-Main. We have to just call a spade a spade. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's
Y'all co-signing that? Y'all co-signing that for real?
That's nasty work. That's nasty work.
That's nasty. Why are they doing that?
That is.
Have y'all seen Horizon to this day? It still looks amazing. Why re-release that or remake or relaunch that?
Because people will buy it.
Yeah, they in a new bag right now with this TV show shit, man. It's just got them bringing remasters to old games to hype up the shows. It's to have PS5 versions for the games and shit like that. Like it's a weird bag for us looking at it because we done played these games already. But for the people that's just getting into these IPs and stuff like that, it makes sense for them.
The game sold 15 million copies already, though.
It's still gonna have new fans. It's still gonna have. Look at all the people with Last of Us. The first one sold almost 30 million copies, and you still had new people buying the remake. Like they never played it before and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they saw that and they was like, "Oh yeah, we got him. We got him,
bro." It's
fucking
safe.
Got him.
It's nasty.
It's safe to keep banking on these tried and true names, man.
It's nasty.
Shit, if anything, they need to make a Bloodborne TV show. That way we can get the remake.
Here's what I was gonna say. When you mentioned the 8 million sales for Bloodborne, I just wanted to say that, like, for a long time, we all had understood that it was more of a 3 million number for Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's more than that.
I think it's important to keep in mind that the first year's sales for a game is basically the ones that matter the most, because after that, all these sales,
it is a lot cheaper. It is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, you're getting these games for $20, $10. You know what I mean? Like, it's not making the revenue that it's making. Like, each sale is not the same amount of revenue. Is my point.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you're 100% right. Obviously, the best sale is when they sell it for full price at launch, right? I think they used to say like a game makes most of its money in the first 2 weeks. Then wasn't that like a thing that they say makes it the first 2 weeks of launch makes most of its money? So.
With the sales, yeah. I mean, while it's at its full price and shit like that. Yeah.
So what you're saying is right, and I think Bloodborne is one of those games over the years. I think word of mouth has got more people to check it out at discounted prices. You know what I'm saying? When it was already on the low. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so pretty much Until Dawn, it seems like some people are okay with it. Me, I'm not really the happiest with it because it's a game that I beat, but I'm not particularly like I was never really fond of it. I'm not super fond of it.
I liked it, but I wouldn't buy no remaster or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. If PlayStation send it over, then I'll obviously check it out. But besides, I don't think I would actually go out and buy this game personally. So. Yeah. This leaker also leaked some Death Stranding news. He says we're going to be hearing about Death Stranding in the next 2 weeks. And the leaker leaked the full title for Death Stranding 2. It's called Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. And to reinforce that leak, Norman Reedus, I think today, posted on Instagrams something. What did he write on Instagram? Hold on, let me.
He said, I know you posted it in the DMs.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Yeah. I think we got a new trailer coming up or something because they already announced that game. Bro. They already announced it. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious the state of play is coming in the next couple of weeks. Once again, another thing that got leaked by PlayStation was the DualSense controller with the 12-hour battery life. I don't know if we mentioned it on this podcast.
Yeah.
But PlayStation is re-releasing the DualSense controller. He's even remastering the controller too for 12. This one I don't mind though. You can remaster this one. They're remastering the controller with a 12-hour battery life. At least this one is a good jump.
That's funny as hell.
They still haven't announced it. It just leaked on Best Buy Canada. They still haven't unveiled it. So I'm thinking all of these
shit I don't even think they would announce though. You
don't think so?
That's not gonna have anything new like to showcase like that. It's just I feel like that's just gonna be a swap out of SKUs. So many SKUs. Yeah, it's gonna swap that shit out.
So you don't think they're gonna even mention it if they do a state of play? You don't think it's one of those things that they even acknowledge that
Nah, I don't think so. Not that one.
That's fair enough.
Just, we got a longer battery life. Like, nah.
Yeah, that's a quiet replacement. They're gonna sell out the stock they have now, and it's just gonna be the one that is on the shelves now from now on.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay, all right. So, but state of play is coming. It is coming sooner or later.
It's needed. It's fucking needed. I tell you that much.
Most likely,
showcase state of play. We need something. We need something because they got some things that they need to talk about. We need to see. I know they got some of them live service games that's supposed to be coming out either this year or next year. Like, we need to see what them shits look like. I'm interested.
Yeah. Do you think we hear about Ghost 2 or anything else at this the state of play, or you think it's the games that we already know about that they're just gonna show us again? What do you think? Do you think we're gonna see?
I think
new?
so that if okay, so a lot of people we would like, PlayStation don't really got no first party games for this year as far as like single player shit. If it's one game that could be announced early this year and released this year, it's Ghost 2. But I don't think that would be at a state of play. I think that would be like at a showcase, maybe that they do in a few months or something like that. But
also to
that's a bold prediction, by the way. Like,
do you think Hi-Fi Rush?
Hello,
you hear me?
Oh, I think Roger's got Kofi.
Oh shit, you was breaking up.
Hopefully,
Yo.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, you came back.
How's the live stream looking? Hopefully it's not tripping.
No, we're still on. You're good.
We're still up. All right, cool.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. What do you think about Hi-Fi Rush appearing at the state of play? That would be pretty wild, right? If you don't know, recently Hi-Fi Rush just got a Steam update allowing DualSense icons and adaptive trigger support. Interesting.
Yes.
Very, very interesting. That Tango did. Do you think the rumor is just the other day, we had a podcast talking about Hi-Fi Rush was rumored to come to PlayStation. Do you think this is the time that they show it? Maybe at a state of play. How wild would that be? That would be kind of crazy.
That would be crazy. At the state of play too?
The fanboys are gonna go crazy.
That's at the end of I must say that's at the end of that on fire at the state of play. I do think it's happening. I do think I could see like a game like Hi-Fi Rush coming to PlayStation. Will it be at a state of play? Yeah, I could see it being at a state of play.
That'd be wild. Yo, that day the trolling online will be the fanboys are gonna have a field day. They're gonna have a field day with that, yo. Holy shit.
Cause so far, what is it? Tango Gameworks, I think all of their games have been on PlayStation except for Hi-Fi Rush. Like they even had Ghostwire Tokyo that came to PlayStation first. So, they could package that as, Tango Gameworks has a new game that's coming to PlayStation for the first time, or a game that's coming to PlayStation for the first time, and then show Hi-Fi Rush.
No lie, I think this is a bit of a chess move, and I think the fanboys aren't really seeing it for what I think it is, at least. Maybe I'm insane, right? I think this is just a matter of Xbox having to throw Sony some bones here and there in order to keep their campaign of taking over the gaming industry going. If you fucking buy these fucking companies and then you say, oh yeah, it's all good, games that have legacy, we're going to drop games over there, it's all good, we're not going to steal all their games, it's all going to be all good. And then when you actually buy them, you take all the games. The next time that the FCC, whatever the fuck they're called, comes for you when you buy the next publisher, they're not going to believe you because you said, yo, we're not going to make everything exclusive, and then you did. So I honestly feel like this is a straight up chess move, and they're going to be throwing PlayStation and Nintendo bones here and there going forward, because ultimately if they don't, then they're done buying shit, and I don't think they want to be done buying shit.
I can see that point, because so you saying like the big games that actually move Game Pass subscriptions or even consoles, they'll probably keep those.
Keep it,
but the ones that exhaust their time on the service and it's not really doing nothing, like, all right, we could put that over on PlayStation because it's already did what it's going to do here and it's not much, so might as well try and get some more for this, and then it also will please regulators in the future. That's definitely a different way to look at it. I could see something like that.
I mean, I'm just speculating, but I think it makes sense, honestly. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
Well, I'm expecting to hear a state of play announcement really soon. In other PlayStation news, Horizon Forbidden West got a release date. It's coming out March 21st. And they got a PC feature trailer, and that game looks amazing on consoles visually. And we already know it's going to look amazing on PC. It got ultra-wide support, DLSS 3, all bells and whistles.
Get it?
And Nixus is doing the port. I was surprised to see that. I don't think... was that shared before? Maybe it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
this was known, yeah.
So if Nixus is doing the port, it's most likely going to be... it's better than Iron Galaxy doing the port. So it's going to be a decent port.
Bro, this is fast. You realize how fast they're putting out these ports, right?
They're getting better. They're getting
This is like their third port, and they bought them less than 3 years ago.
Nix's, yeah.
Nix's. They're putting out more than one port per year, brother.
We got inside information. Remember, I don't know I don't know if it was a leak or something, but we found out, first of all, these PC ports, if it costs under $2 million, all it takes is an email to have it done. Remember, it just takes an email if it's under $2 million to do. And apparently, a lot of these ports that we getting, we got some of the prices. It's under the $2 million, bro. Like, to port Ratchet and Clank over to PC apparently costs them nothing. Pretty much.
It costs like less than $1 million, I think, something like that, right?
I remember reading that. It costs them nothing to make the PC port.
I think Nix's did that one too.
These ports don't fucking cost nothing, bro.
That's why they're getting so much. Their return on investment so high,
bro. And by the way, people, you gotta also remember when you look at these budgets. Insomniac's main studio, the ones that make Spider-Man, they're in Cali. Naughty Dog is in Cali. That affects the budgets for everything. These Nixies and all these other studios, they got them in Europe. They're paying they're paying pennies on the dollar for these ports. They're gonna keep coming.
Yeah. Shout out to Kofi for thinking Until Dawn was. If it was day and day, it would be day and day.
See, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this while we're here. I just look. I'm not gonna argue today. I'm not gonna scream. I just want clarity. Gonna argue. I just want clarity. That's it, and we're gonna leave it at that. It's gonna be quick. So, Jamie, when it comes to the PC day and day stuff, so if Until Dawn turns out to be a remake, how about they call it a remake, not a remaster, right? It's a remake. And it launches at the same time on PC. So that one, we don't count that. It has to be a game that has never existed before or some shit like that, right? Like
because Last of Us Part 1 was considered a remake, but that's the same game. So that was like what, 6 months after.
So if that launched, y'all would have been like, that doesn't even count as day and date. That don't count. That's what to me, no. Said?
But Kofi,
it wouldn't count as day and date because it's the same damn game. Only
what
thing
about
they did was change the visuals.
No, they say single player games don't count. I mean, multiplayer games don't count.
How many goalposts do we have?
Hold on. Multiplayer games would count if they were the big, like if they're big first party multiplayer games. Yeah, that would count. But they're not big games.
So how about Concord? When Concord drops, is that not a big? It's a first party studio. They're wasting a lot of money to develop this. They bought a whole studio for this. Why is that not considered? Why is Concord not a big multiplayer game for PlayStation? Can you explain that to me?
We never had.
How about if it's priced at $70? How about if it's priced at $70? And what's the defining factor?
That wouldn't matter.
How about if it's AAA?
That wouldn't matter. Hold on, Returnal was priced at $70. What the hell that mean? That's not no big budget game.
That's true. I agree with that, J-Man.
Okay.
So that don't mean nothing.
So okay. So multiplayer games do count to you, but it has to be a specific type of multiplayer game. But I'm just saying,
if Last of Us multiplayer released day one on PC with the PlayStation version, then I would shut the fuck up forever.
Because.
But Jimmy, you weren't expecting that?
No, because I think the Last of Us multiplayer would have been something that they would have released on consoles first and then brought it to.
But
they
already said that they're developing it on PC though. At the time,
they said that all their multiplayer was
they're developing everything on PC. We learned that in the leaks.
Oh yeah, but
Spider-Man 2 already has a PC.
Coming out next year.
Fucking working on that. That shit ain't out on day one. So everything is released on PC. I mean, developed on PC right now at the same day. So same time. So it's not.
All I'm saying, yo, is a lot of stipulations. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a lot of stipulations.
I've been consistent for 4 years, and y'all keep saying it's happening. So I just want to know, when do y'all think it's happening? I need to start putting some money on this shit. When is it happening? When is
they're not
going
to fold until it's one of those single player games. They're not going to fold until it's one of the single player games.
That's what it's always been. Yeah, I told you the reason that they're only staggering the release.
That's why I asked
is because the big games still move consoles. They still move units.
That's why.
Until that stop happening, then they're not gonna go to PC day.
Meds. That's why I asked them, yo, does Until Dawn count? Because if that's a remake or whatever, and it's a remaster,
no, it doesn't count. I'm gonna be with you on that one.
They say it's a remaster, so that one, it's a remake or so it don't count.
It don't count.
Even though they
say it's not even an important game. It's not even an important game. It's not like it's The Last of Us 2 remaster.
It has to be okay. So now we know the rules. It has to be an important game. It has to be. So Jamie, how about if you deem the game not important? Like how about you say, I don't think this is important.
I'm not going to do that. We know what the important games are. We're not going.
No, but I think J-Man is right though. I think the longest window Sony's going to give PC for the single player games is going to be 6 months. I think it's still important to drop. It's like movies back in the day. Like you could go see it in the movie theater, or you could wait 2 months for it to come to pay-per-view. You remember it used to come to pay-per-view a few months later?
I forgot about pay-per-view.
That's what it's going to be. Like you're going to make the bulk of the money on the PlayStation. And then once the people who aren't dying to play it so bad aren't willing to drop $500 on just the PlayStation to play one game, then you can sell it to the PC guys 6 months later.
You know what I think is happening? I think conditioning is happening. That's what I believe. I think conditioning.
I think so too. I think
they're slowly conditioning at least their core. I know the casuals don't give a shit. I know for a fact the casuals don't give a shit. But I think they're slowly conditioning their core fan base into that direction. And you know what? J-Main's talking about time frame when I'm all right, but this is a conversation that we've been having for a very long time, and it's only been progressing to the
4 years.
J-Main, but it's only been it's only been progressing to exactly what I've been saying is going to happen though.
It's been about 2 or more years since then. It hasn't been shorter.
I went with a back and forth. I still have the receipt. Shout out to Mom, but I have a back and forth for this guy. Saved 2 years ago of him telling me, yo, bro, they're not putting no PS5 games on PC. They're only going to put PS4. I have the receipt. I used to go back. I have the receipt. Guess what they did? They ended up putting the PS. This guy really believed in his heart that they wouldn't put PS5 games on PC. They're only doing PS4.
Nah, I don't.
Kofi, the goalpost has moved inch by inch ever since the beginning. Since the beginning, when Randall Thor said on your very podcast, and mind you,
about Horizon,
he said about Horizon, they jumped on him, they hated him, and they said, day. Okay, even if it does happen, it's a one-off.
It's a one-off. That was a conversation.
Ever since then, it's just been getting slowly worse and worse and worse. The wait times has decreased and decreased and decreased.
They're conditioned.
You're being conditioned. You're being institutionalized. Okay?
They do not see it. They do not see it.
Y'all been saying this for 4 years. I just want to let y'all know that. And y'all been saying
this. And how's it progressed?
But how were we wrong?
Because there's still
just coming day one a few weeks from today.
Look how long it takes for one game to come out. It damn near takes 5 years for one game to fucking come out.
Helldivers 1 launched on PC already, like when it first came out around that time. So that's not even anything special, to be honest. But 2 years and we're 4 years into this thing, like that's not.
J-Man,
listen,
we ain't game to come for one game to come out. It takes 4 years. It takes like 4 or 5 years for one game to come out. Obviously, we're not making a short-term prediction here. What do you think? We're just gonna happen next week? What are we talking about? We're talking about
the gaming.
We're talking about this is a long-term.
We're talking about a long-term prediction, right? I forgot. You talk about 2086 when it's finally
2086. It's not gonna be 2086.
Well, PlayStation is no longer selling consoles anymore. I remember. I remember.
2036 PlayStation won't be selling consoles.
What did you say, Vaz? What?
I said 2036 PlayStation won't be selling consoles.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that.
Bro, the PS7 is a maybe, and if it does happen, it's the last one. I said it right here today. Book it.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. So what's the alternative? Streaming?
They doing 100 million easy each generation.
No, but you say no PlayStation. So what's the alternative? Is it going to be a streaming? What's the alternative then? How are people going to
we're gonna see what the alternative is. I just gave a 12-year outlook. You know how many things happen in 12 years, brother?
Yeah,
shit can change.
A lot can change.
In 1994, we were installing games from floppy disks. In 2006, we were sending nudes through iMessage. Things happen. A lot of things happen in 12 years. Okay.
If shit stop making sense with them staggering the releases, then I'll come in here and change my tune. But till then, I'm not changing it. I'm standing on it. It's not happening.
So, J-Man, you don't. Okay. No, I actually don't want to get into this conversation because it's long-winded. We've had this conversation a million times.
Ask it.
What's the future of gaming?
Let's let it go.
We gotta clarify because this shit gonna keep coming up, and we gotta make sure we have proper timestamps to go back and be like, all right, you said it this.
Yeah, we need receipts.
No, but the funny thing is the receipts are already there. I'm just too lazy to go back and look at good gaming shit and rewatch podcast episodes, bro. There are mad receipts that man said shit. Well, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, bro. Y'all know that I've been in the trenches fighting. Video of Blaze laughing at me saying Death Stranding's never coming to PC. Yeah. It says only on PlayStation here. Y'all remember them videos, huh? Look what happened.
Yeah. You got them guys. I'm still waiting for my day. I'm still waiting for my day.
Your day is coming.
I'm waiting for my day.
I remember I have the receipt. of a Twitter post. I remember prior to the launch of the PS5, right? And we got the box art for Spider-Man Miles Morales, right?
Yeah.
I was pretty much trying to explain to people, look, PlayStation is clearly not putting only on PlayStation on their box art, and they rebranded to the PlayStation Studios because obviously they're gonna drop the. I said this, the only on PlayStation thing, because they're gonna.
Now I remember that. You got a lot of backlash for that.
They gave me so much backlash, bro. I have Dark Cloud. I have the tweet saved. Nigga saying, Kofi, you stupid. They went on the website. It still says only on PlayStation here. Where's Spider-Man Miles Morales today, J-Main? Where is it available at today? Okay. I have the tweets of mad shit. I have the receipt. So more shit. I've called a lot of this shit from fucking long ago, bro. And I was always on the history. I was on the side that niggas were hating on that shit. I was on the side, but it turned out everything that I was saying seems to be coming to pass. It seems to be coming to pass.
Yeah. I just
we gonna see this. I think as for the day one shit, I think eventually this is the direction that they're gonna go. I think it just makes. I think the writing's on the wall. I think they've been saying it, and I think it's gonna happen because I don't think there's gonna be any really true harm for them. And I refuse to let people use Xbox as a case study for day one. PC.
Why they shouldn't do it?
I think it's a horrible case study. I think it's a horrible case study because Xbox has so many issues, and guess what? Before Play Anywhere was introduced in 2016, 2017, or some shit like that, right? Xbox was losing the console wars way before even Xbox Play Anywhere existed. Yeah. So y'all can't attribute the games on PCs the factor why nobody's running out to buy Xboxes. That's not the reason. Xbox has a long history of or a long list of problems why no one's buying the console box. So I hate when people use Xbox as a case study for
the games.
Look at Xbox for the games. No, I don't believe that one bit. I do not believe that one bit.
And by the way, ever since Xbox started putting games on PC, their revenue has gone up every single year, and they're making more money now than they were before they were doing that. So it was the right move, and so is PlayStation. So if it wasn't for PC, Ratchet and Clank
I would co-sign the move, but I just don't think.
J-Man, I just got a question. You got boys that game, do their like real life friends that do like game on 2K.
Oh yeah, all my closest homies play games. All of them.
Your closest homies. Are they familiar with PlayStation's library on PC?
Hell no.
Bro, people don't know.
I still got homies that think Cyberpunk is exclusive to Xbox because they had the marketing rights.
I think people live in this bubble and they get forget when they talk to like actually real people outside and like you're like I don't know if you guys, some people have real life friends. I ain't trying to throw no shade, but who do like casual game here and there, casually game here and there. Go talk to these guys and ask them what do they think about Horizon Forbidden West on PC, and they have a PS5 and they'll be like, huh? What's on PC? I didn't even know they dropped that shit on PC.
Kofi, all of my friends, just like J-Main said, all of his homies, they play games. Bro, all of my homies play games. We grew up playing games together. Bro, I'm the only person who's plugged in, who be reading articles, listening to shows, all this stuff.
Care,
I'm the only one who knows about the stuff that's going on in the game. These other people, they don't care, bro. They see a commercial, oh shit, some game called Elden Ring is coming out. The people who make Dark Souls made that, thinking about buying it. That's what they see. That's what they think about. That's it. Like,
even my little nephew, he just turned 16. He actually just built the PC. I'm like, oh shit, you about to be playing the PlayStation games on there, the Game Pass shit, Xbox, so you ain't gonna need a console no more. He was like, nah, I'm trying to play GTA RP. I was like, oh shit. He don't give a fuck about that. He just want to play GTA RP.
And people don't think logically when it comes to this. Like, once again, the whole theory of if you could play Xbox games on PC, you could play PlayStation games on PC. No brainer. Everyone in the world is gonna go and buy a PC. But when you actually look how practical that is, then you really see that it does not make sense. People are not buying their kids PC. No, people are not going through through those troubles to do that, bro. You have to be a certain consumer, a certain level to even entertain the idea of getting into that. You know what I'm saying? PC gaming is growing, 100% is growing, but I think there's always space. There's always going to be room and space for the consoles. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's always going to be like that, yo.
Another little personal anecdote. Again, tons of friends, tons of gamer friends. IRL, I'm the only PC gamer I know.
That's what I'm saying. Me too. Me too. None of my boys game on PC. None of my real life friends game on PC. They either game on fucking Xbox or PlayStation, bro. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I think when people like in like the hardcore gamers, like at least the ones on the Twitter street start to realize that, then you'll see that maybe releasing the games on PC day one might not have that big of an impact, or that crossover. Y'all think that crossover will be that drastic? It really won't be that drastic as you guys think it will be.
It's not. Casual gamers, they game on console.
Yeah, because they don't really care about all that shit, bro. They don't really care about that shit.
All right, AAA, the AAA ones, you know, the GTA Call of Duty guys.
Madden 2K.
Yeah, those guys.
To wrap up the podcast, I do want to talk about a little bit. We talked about it a little bit on the top of the podcast, but I want to go into some finer details about the layoff situation at Xbox, because some things happened. Mike Ybarra has left Blizzard.
No.
Yeah.
Mike Ybarra has left Blizzard.
What?
He probably got forced out. It seems like he got forced out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Doesn't he have beef with Phil Spencer? I swear to God, he has beef with Phil.
They took a picture together when the Activision shit went through.
Bro, if he left, he did it. If he left, he did it because he don't want to work for Phil. Because there was speculation about that for leaving Microsoft. He didn't want to work for Phil. So now you leave the job, you get hired by the same guy you just left. You're gonna quit again.
So the backstory I'm reading, Jason Schreier, he was talking about the survival game that was being worked on at Blizzard that we learned today was canceled.
Canceled too.
Yeah, it was a game that's been in development for about 6 years. Apparently, they were trying to make that game. People like the developers were trying to make that game on Unreal Engine, but the suits at Blizzard wanted them to use this Synapse engine that was being used for like mobile games, and it turned out that engine was some bullshit, and it caused a lot of problems with development. And they were hoping that Microsoft, when they bought Activision Blizzard, that they would be able to come in and be like, all right, we can shift this back to Unreal Engine, because, that's where everybody wanted to work from. They figured it would be easier to get the game going and use those, tools and things like that. And then we find out that they fucking just canceled the whole project. And then now you got Mike Ybarra and some other people leaving the studio. So
yeah, a lot of people left. I heard like a lot of like the heads too. They just left that shit.
Yeah. I remember when he left Microsoft, went to Blizzard.
Yep.
And was promoted or whatever. He was like I think he was like the head CEO of Blizzard or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was the head of Blizzard.
Yeah, and then now fucking Microsoft get over there and he going again.
That was a dream job of his, apparently, according to him, for a long time.
Well, they probably came in and was like, yeah, this project is done. They, like I said, they probably wanted to move to Unreal, and Microsoft was like, nah, you already spent too much resources on this. It's done. Just cancel it. He's like, you know what? I'm out. Fuck this shit.
I read the article, and apparently it looks like it was totally like voluntary on his own.
That
he also hinted months ago. It says here that Ibarra told Bloomberg months ago that somebody's gonna drag me out of Blizzard. That's how long I'm gonna be.
Yeah, that's what he said when they first went through. Like he loved it there, dream job type shit.
So he said months ago he's gonna be out of there. Yeah, I think he had beef with the Microsoft leadership from the get-go, which is why he left, and now he's back under them. So obviously he's got to go again.
You got to go again. Yeah. That's
unfortunate.
Yeah. That nigga Phil Spencer keep following.
I don't think they forced him out, though. I think they would have welcomed it if he would have wanted to stay, but I think he probably has murder beef with them. He don't want to work for them.
Yeah. It's probably some personal shit. As well as another interesting tidbit from the whole layoff situation and all the shit that happened is that apparently, according to I don't know. Okay, I want to get it. I don't think it was Jason Schreier. I think it was Jez Corden, right?
Yeah.
According to Jez Corden, he's saying that people in the Microsoft retail side of things, a whole bunch of them got laid off. And we've seen the leaks. Okay. We've seen the leaks of the direction that Microsoft may be going with their Xbox Series X refresh, which it's not going to include a disk drive at all. It's going to be all digital, just like the Xbox Series S. So I guess I'm saying I think Microsoft is going to be the leader and the first person to go completely all digital.
All digital. Yeah. The thing with all digital, like I'm pretty much there already. Like I probably bought one physical game all of 2023. I was just hoping that all digital would have led to cheaper games, and we've seen a little bit of that with like Alan Wake and shit like that. But overall, it's not looking like Sony already controls their whole market with digital games. Like you can't buy them shits nowhere but PlayStation. Like it's gonna get nasty, man. They're not gonna.
I'm scared, bro. I went on Steam today and I went on PSN today to buy a copy of Tekken 8. Is $93.
Oh, I just installed that.
$93 here in Canada. In Canada, $93 for the
standard
edition. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Did they raise the prices in Canada for games again? So I go on GameStop. No, for Canada, I don't know in the States, but I checked on Steam. It says $93 Canadian.
Yeah, I think
what the
70.
fuck? Yeah. Right? So I go on GameStop, the website, to buy, look at a physical copy, right?
Right.
$89.99. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Why is the digital copy more expensive than the physical copy?
Wow.
Over here, on God, bro, the digital copy is more expensive, and this is where I get a little bit spooked. This is where I get a little bit spooked for this all digital future, because if they could just influence the prices like this for these storefronts like this, it's about to get nasty. It's about to get nasty.
That's what I'm saying. Because at least PC, I got like CD keys. But
for consoles, it's about to get nasty.
Consoles don't got shit.
Nah, I don't want that, bro. It's scary. It's a scary
PlayStation
future.
controls.
I'm telling you, there will be no more consoles going forward.
Market. That's it.
Nah, it's nasty. Like, and I look, you know what? And I'm like, yo, are they just doing this for all Canadian games? So I looked at Yakuza on Steam for the Canadian price. Once again, $93. I went on to look for a physical copy, $89.99. I'm like, huh? The fuck going on?
Going up on the digital. Yeah.
I mean, 3 Canadians like 20 cents though.
Oh my God! Here we go.
That monopoly money ain't shit, man. Pay like you weigh.
That's just tax.
Mondo, Mondo. So I went to go try and purchase Tekken, and it was $100 and some dollars for one fucking digital video game.
On PSN as well. On PSN as well?
On PSN as well. And on Steam, at least for the Canadian. I don't know how it is for y'all.
The digital tax.
They're fucking us. They fucking us on the digital side of things. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow. It's nasty.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I tell you what, I'm an all digital gamer, but I always liked it because, it was the kind of shit that I preferred. I never wanted the physical market to go away. And I like the fact that it exists because, again, there's supply and demand, right? That's how I know none of you guys were playing those PS3 games for real, because I was playing at GameStop back then, and Uncharted, Last of Us, they were $5 in the bargain bin for years. Supply and demand. But now with all digital, now you can basically set. Yeah, that is scary. That is scary. And not for nothing, again, another reason why you should be gaming on PC, because if somebody is charging me $70 for a game that came out 10 years ago, I'm sorry. You know what I'm gonna do.
Selling the seas.
You know what? You know what? I think companies were gonna learn the hard way. For at least some of these games will gladly drop $100. One GTA, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm not recommending they do this, and I'm not fighting for this. But if it was like 120 at launch, I'm purchasing that, bro. We buying that, right? It's GTA. But when Returnal is $120 priced, these companies are gonna learn the hard way. These companies are gonna learn the hard way. For certain games, y'all not gonna get that. Get that sale. It's gonna be too much. We're not paying for that. We're not paying for that.
And Kofi, you know what? I think this is a good argument for the de-standardization of pricing in games. Like, I don't think that $70 should just be this weird standard price, because at the end of the day, we all know that some games are worth $70 and some games are fucking not. And some games are worth more. If Rockstar charged $100 for GTA, it'll sell just as well than if it sold for $70.
Yeah, and people will happily buy it. I 100% agree. Not all games are the same, deserve to be the same price based on their quality. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. The whole digital future scares me in general. Once again, I've told the story before. I purchased a copy of on Xbox Live Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Can't download that shit anymore. I think they ripped it off the store. I can't even download that shit anymore, bro. Even on my 360. So I'm just scared of shit like that happening.
If you're scared of all digital future, definitely get you a PC. Like, that's just that just is what it is. That's where games live for a long time.
And the reality is it's piracy at this current moment. Piracy is low key the best game preservation. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only way to truly own a game.
That's just the facts, and it's unfortunate that these companies don't give us like opportunities to purchase some games and like that anymore. But in the end of the day, piracy is like the only way that you actually just have some shit. You know, even though I don't advocate for people to to steal their games and shit, but it's
shit like this, like if you own some shit digitally and then because at any day they could just take shit away, licenses expire, and you can't play your shit no more, and it's digital. Like, pirate.
Can I speak honestly about pirate, or do you want me to keep it PG, Kofi?
we know you. We
can
know
I tell the truth?
We know you in the school of Alex. We know you in the school of
Alex. No, you know. I know. But listen, can I get on my soapbox just for a second? Listen,
get your shit up.
I'm not advocating you stealing shit from people. I think games are beautiful art, and I don't think you should steal art from the creators. I think you should support them because 100%. They work hard for you, and they got fucking families to feed and all that kind of shit as well. And listen, ultimately, these artists that make these games, they're not even the people making these decisions for us not to own our fucking games and all this kind of stuff. This is all happening from the business side. Yeah. And a lot of these people that make these games are people that are just like us who fucking grew up playing games. They love games. They would love to own their fucking games too. It's not really up to them, that it works out this way. Shout out to Benji. But yeah, ultimately piracy is the only true way you can own your games these days. And it's really fucking sad that it has to come to this. And I'm not telling you steal everything. You know what? If you want to truly own something, buy yourself a PC, buy yourself a copy of a game on Steam. And also, if you want to truly own it, get you a couple hard drives, pirate yourself a copy, and keep it on the archives and put that shit in your closet.
Yeah. Because I'm with that. I'm with that. Like, if you want to support the developers, buy your copy, like, wherever you can get it on the store. And then pirate that shit on PC as well. Like, do what the fuck you want. Because I don't believe that when you buy that digital copy, that one day they can't take that away from you. That's definitely a possibility. So if you want to pirate that shit after you buy it and, make sure you have a copy just in case something goes wrong.
At least you support it.
Yeah, right? At least you support it.
You bought the game.
And then do what the fuck you want to do after that. Because that's the only way, like you said, to ensure that you're going to have a copy if anything fucking happens to these stores, to these servers, to your system. Like, yeah.
That's for consoles. You're just fucked no matter what. If you're on console,
if you console only, forget about it.
Forget about it. We have to just hope and pray that, everything just stays up, But
yeah, the whole it never that shit never dawned on me like that with music because I came up with music piracy. So it's like I wasn't buying shit when it came to music. Like I was always on LimeWire and shit like that before I even had money to buy an album. But now that with the whole streaming shit, like you don't own none of that shit if you like Apple Music only. So it's like it never hit me like that because I'm like I always know that I can download the shit if I really wanted to. But gaming is kind of like the reverse is happening. Like I've always bought my games, but now that they starting to take shit away and shit get delisted and things like that, it's like hold on now.
Yo, I just thought about this too real quick, and I have to say this shit because it's true. I can't believe I didn't even think about it till now. But honestly, as a fan of them, this sucks. But trophies are DRM. Trophies are DRM.
Oh, what you mean by that?
Explain.
What I mean by that is trophies are something that they use to keep you locked onto their platform.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like the whole ecosystem stuff. Oh yeah,
it's like
you conditioning. Trophies and achievements. That's a fact. Conditioning 101.
There's a game store on PC called GOG, and people straight up buy games on Steam instead of GOG, even though GOG is true ownership, DRM free. That's true ownership as well. Yeah. But people will buy the same games and they'll buy them on Steam just so they could get the fucking trophies or the Steam achievements rather. Yeah. And that's just another fucking psychological trick to trick you into fucking not owning your games.
You know what it is? I think PC gamers are a bunch of a lot of PC gamers are a bunch of liars and cappers when it comes to the launcher stuff. Just like how they have people have preferable consoles, they have a preferable launcher, right? And Steam is that launcher. Most people, like my Steam library, I have over 400 games on Steam. I'm sure you have hundreds of games on Steam. Most people just want the games on Steam.
2,000.
Steam is great. It's reliable. It works. It has all the features that you could ever ask for. So good. It's a good. But let's not pretend that if a equivalent Steam comes all of a sudden we're really gonna consider that equivalent. You know what I mean?
No, I would consider it.
I don't think most people would consider it. I don't think most people would consider it.
I mean, I don't game like that, but like I was playing
because you're normal. But
Prince of Persia.
There's fanboys in the Steam stuff. There's fanboys in the Steam wars, bro.
Because I've been called a Steam fanboy before too. But listen, at the end of the day, you can't tell me I'm a fanboy because I like shit that's better. Damn, Kofi picked up a fucking phone. Anywho, listen. Why do I like Steam? Steam has every game that is out there. Steam has forums. Steam has the community tab. You can even see how many people are playing the game on Steam. Steam has that
shit. Come on, man. We just had to play the fucking game. Who gives a fuck at the end of the day about all that shit?
Bro,
that
all that
stuff, nothing.
It's quality. It's quality of life stuff.
Free games for
Epic
literally
Game
since
Store.
It's been out, man.
Bro, when you play the game, when you play Left 4 Dead 2 on Steam, all you gotta do is go to the fucking Greenlight page and that mod's cool. Add that, and then you boot up your game, and it's a completely different game. And Steam lets you do that with a couple clicks of a fucking mouse. This is not that simple on other launchers.
Yeah.
Like
Steam, 100% understand, Meds, that Steam is the best launcher on.
It's the best one
on PC. It's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact, right? But I'm saying if there was a real Steam Challenger equivalent, I think just because once again, everyone has built their digital libraries over here. That's their first choice where they're going to buy their games.
No, I understand that. You're not. The thing is that you're not wrong because there's definitely fucking lame ass Steam fanboys out there, bro. But at the end of the day, again, I'll repeat: how are you going to be mad at me for going to the store that has working lights, a working bathroom, and all the machines work? The ice cream machine never broken.
So I got a question for you. Epic got the same game cheaper. You buying it? Epic got the same game cheaper. It got the same game cheaper. Are you buying it?
Yeah. Or they got the game.
I'm Max and Meds.
Alan Wake 2 is that cheaper?
Are you buying it?
Is Alan Wake 2 on Steam?
It depends on how much. It depends on how much cheaper it is.
How about $10 cheaper?
$10? We're talking like it depends though. Is it $20 and $10 or is it 60 and 70?
I said
is it 60 and 70?
$10 cheaper on Epic. Are you buying it? Are you buying it? Yes or no?
20 and 10 is 50% off, brother. Okay, 70 to 60 is totally different.
That's
Listen. I would rather pay 70 instead of 60 on Steam. Yes, I would. But if the game was $10 on Epic and 20 on Steam, I'm gonna pay the 10 on Epic.
Okay.
It's all relative.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's. I ain't mad at it.
Whatever the game is cheap, wherever the game is at, I'm buying it there.
Bro, it depends. For me, it depends on the percentage of the discount. Because $10 off of 70 ain't that much though. $10 off of 20 is a lot.
Nah, I be on them key sites, and sometimes I go to CD Keys, it might be one price. I go to another site, it might be another. I'd be like, I know CD Keys reliable for me, but the other side, I don't know. I've been hearing some things, but that shit might be like $3 cheaper. Fuck it, I'm taking the chance. Give me my fucking $3.
Bro, I don't do that. I don't do that, bro. If I'm hesitant a little bit.
What's that website? The one that one of them websites scammed me. What's that website? Oh my god, name them.
G2A,
G2A.
G2A
scammed you. They scammed me, bro. They scammed me.
G2A got you.
They got me. I'm never buying something from G2A ever again. I'm never buying something from them ever again. They got me. I bought a copy, punched in the code, shit didn't work, bro. And it was the right region. I didn't make no dumb mistakes. It was the right region, everything. They didn't work.
I get that. Like once they get you, it's over with. You ain't going there no more.
Yeah, I don't care if it's cheaper. I just don't trust you anymore, bro. They got me.
That's why you gotta pay. Sometimes you get what you pay for, brother.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Back to the Xbox thing. I think the writing's been on the wall when it comes to their physical stuff because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. They don't drop physical games anymore. Ghostwire Tokyo, no physical release. Hi-Fi Rush, no physical release.
Blade 2.
Life, I feel like they didn't do a physical release for that too. They just don't do physical releases anymore. So I think they're just gearing up for that all digital at Series X, and they're gonna be
hearing rumblings about Walmart removing the physical.
You guys
games.
talked about the developer direct already?
Yeah, that was last week.
That was last week.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that was last week. But yeah, I think that's about
I
it.
watched that episode too with Rand.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Man's wanted to talk about. We pretty much talked about our feelings of the layoffs. At the top of the podcast, it is unfortunate for all the people who lost their job. I don't know the nature of the business. It seems nasty. I seen some people in the chat right that they were thinking about getting into gaming, but after seeing what's going on, they're happy that they didn't.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
into gaming.
Ask y'all, like,
I mean, like game development.
Development.
Oh no,
because you gotta
that's
think,
a
like,
shitty.
People might be passionate about developing games, but now they're looking like, damn, these people getting laid off in droves.
No, that game is like being a cop. I mean, that job is like being a cop. You think you're gonna be out there helping your community? No, you're not.
Community.
Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Everybody gonna hate your ass. You're gonna become a bitter piece of shit, and that's exactly what's gonna happen if you get it. Bro, I used to think that, oh, I want to work at GameStop. Working at GameStop looks awesome. No, it's fucking not. It's lame as fuck. Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Be a game developer too. Coming out.
Yeah.
I went to college for computer science and all of that shit.
I love watching fighting.
Thank God the ones and zeros turned me down. I was like, I'm out this shit.
Yeah, I love watching fighting. Big fan of martial arts. I'm like, you know what? Let me train. I'm gonna become an MMA fighter. Yeah, that didn't work out too well for me. Anyway,
in the shin, and you're like, nah, I'm good. You got a nice leg kick.
No, I did it for years, but literally, I did it for years and got nothing to show for it. So, like, I just got my ass kicked repeatedly for no reason.
I'm just concerned about, like, and I think we've seen it already, but like people getting into the game development just for the check. Like, before it was,
it's not worth it.
I feel like it was more passion based, but now the people that are passionate about it getting laid off, and it's like, damn, they telling other people, man, don't fuck with that. But if you need to, you're coming out of school and shit, you need to check, you got to get into something. And I just feel like we're gonna lose something down the line going along with this shit being so volatile like it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the COVID.
For that, yeah.
I don't know if it's AI, COVID. Like, I think it's a lot of different factors, but it's just even a $3 trillion company, you ain't safe from getting mass layoffs.
No,
so
you're not.
Nobody's safe.
Yeah.
1,900 people gone, but that's Bobby Kotick got a nice severance package though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They paid.
Bobby Kotick actually owned that company, by the way. Like, a lot of people think he was just the CEO. He had the most shares in that company. That was his company.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's gonna get a golden parachute because that $69 billion is mostly going to him. Like, I hope you know that, people. So
shit. Yeah. I think that's all the topics I wanted to actually cover this week. Great conversation as always, Mads. I'm glad that you did pull through. It's always a pleasure talking with you, talking game, and we definitely gonna hop on that Palworld, yo. You know what I mean?
Yo.
You need to come check out. You need to come check out my base, yo. My base is kind of fire, bro. You need to come check my.
I'll pull up, man. Whenever you want to play, bro, let me know, man. Yes, I'm always playing, bro. I'm always playing, and I don't mind starting over and helping my friends. Unlike Strat, I fucking bro. I hung out with Strat 10 hours in his world, helping build this shit. I'm like, yo, Strat, you come help me? Fuck you, Meds. Like, bro.
Yo, yeah, stupid. I'm on Strat time and I ain't helping nobody.
I'll help you, Kofi.
Yeah. Pull up and see what I'm doing over there. But I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. J-Man, do you have any last words?
No, just appreciate y'all pulling up. Shout out to my guy Meds for pulling up on us, talking gaming and shit like that. It's always a good time. Shout out to the people in the chat. See my guy Strictly pulled up on us. Shout out to him. And everybody else that tuned in, man. Y'all know who y'all are. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yep. All right, guys, yo. Have a good night, and we will see you guys real soon next week, next Thursday, same time. As for the Patreon, shout out to all our Patreon supporters. J-Man and I are gonna schedule to do another episode real soon. So
we got that release date on the thing you wanted to react to. Yeah, that shit coming out
on Patreon too. Yep.
For sure.
Perfect. All right, yeah.